Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
Everyone, it's Santana, and you are watching the DL Show on Dave's Guitar Channel.
All right, welcome everybody. Joe, welcome.
Hello, Dave.
Krellbach should be here shortly. He's probably trying to find his way home. Welcome everybody in the chat. Everyone in the chat, I want everyone to wish Mikey Newman a happy birthday. It's his birthday today. Hitting the big 4-8.
Hello, Mikey Newman, and happy birthday.
And you know what? It's a perfect time. While we're waiting for Krellbach, I'd like to tell you a quick little story about what happened for me this week. Last year I was taking thyroid medicine because they were trying to regulate my TSH levels. I weighed about 235 before going on levothyroxine. And when I bumped the dosage, I went to 265. I was dieting. I couldn't lose weight. I was putting on weight. So I stopped taking it completely, went on my diet, got myself down to 215, 214, 213, depending on the day, with my diet. But now I've been there for like 2 or 3 months at the same weight. So I started watching, and they called me up and they're like, because they did my blood last week, and they're like, listen, your numbers are still high. You need to be on that medication. I'm like, so today I picked up the medication. I took 3 days of it, and I'm like a pound heavier on the scale. So I'm like, fuck this noise. Called them up. I said, I don't want this medicine. I just watched about 10 YouTube videos from all these different doctors. I want you to put me on Armour Thyroid, not on levothyroxine. Anyways, long story short, they were like, yeah, no problem. They switched me. Even just like the last 3 days that I've been taking this thing, it's fantastic. Like I feel so much more alert. It's just great. It's just, I know it's the right thing. So now the rest of this weight, because I'm doing cardio if you guys saw what I do for workouts, and then you're like, how are you not dropping 3 pounds a day? It's nuts. So I'm leaving the gym soaked, because I just get in the shower with my clothes on. But horrible joke. Sorry, folks. Krell's not here to give the crickets. But anyways, so I switched on that. So now I should be getting back down to my 195 goal. And I don't know if any one of you guys are out there on levothyroxine. That stuff is shite. Terrible. Doesn't work. Anyways, that was my rant for the day about medications. Let me post at my show. Let me just do this real quick. I want to post on Facebook that my show is on, just maybe so we can get some new people to the show. Joe D'Angelo, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Let's try this. Control V. Second. All right, very good. I'm posting that. Boom.
Now, why did you have to take that thyroid medicine?
Well, because I I was having some issues. Actually, I thought I was having like my heart was racing and all this other stuff. And I was like, what do you think it is? And they did my blood work. It wasn't my heart. Everything was good. This is years and years ago. And they said, well, you know what? Your TSH, your thyroid hormone is too high in your blood, which means your thyroid is slow acting. It's moving a little too slow. So they wanted to put me on levothyroxine, which is T4. It hasn't done anything. So now I finally switched it to Armathyroid, which is a different medication, which is T3, T4, T1, T2. It's got everything. Name the movie, Joe. Ready? Everything the body needs.
I don't know.
It's the Matrix when they're eating that slop.
Oh, I wasn't a big Matrix fan.
Oh, you weren't?
I really didn't like it. No.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
It was okay.
Like 2 and 3. 2 and 3 are terrible.
Yeah, everyone's telling me the first movie is the greatest movie ever. And I literally watched it and I'm like this.
You even take the garbage out for your landlord. I enjoy the first one. I got to tell you, before we even go on a rant about what we watch on TV, Dino Smith, thank you very much. Options on the economy: stay home, watch TV, get good grades. Wait, what was I just saying now? Oh, because I'd go on a rant about Columbo. It's on every day, and it's just on loop in my room. It's brilliant.
Yeah, the other night I watched if you're looking for a good movie to watch, Spider-Man No Way Home. The new Spider-Man that came out. They released it on DVD.
There's a new Spider-Man, there's a new Batman.
Yeah, the Batman looks really good. That looks really good. I'm interested in that.
It looks interesting anyways. I'm a little superheroed out for the moment, just because I watched the other day on the treadmill. I was watching that. Were you on the show? I don't know, maybe it was last week. I talked about it, but the Justice League, I think it was, and it was unbearable.
But a friend of mine messaged me. He goes, I don't know if you're planning on watching the DL show that you weren't on, but they had like a tribute to you with the go watch a 3 hour. I meant to tell you this, the 3 hour and 6 minute point, and the two of you were making me laugh. You were playing my bass video where I dropped the bass, literally.
Yeah, because you weren't here, and I said you were missed, and before we went, we had to show you.
Did the Hulk one, and then Krellbot's like, well, yeah, Joe isn't here, so the Incredible Hulk really won't be on. So I love that. So that was good. I meant to say thank you for that. That had me laughing because it's been fucking stressful. Michael came home Monday.
Okay.
And Michael went back in the hospital Friday.
Ugh.
Since coming home, and he shouldn't have been released. Michael came home Monday. He didn't poop once on his own. So by Friday, he had to go back in. I had to take care of him Thursday. I was actually, so anyone who likes my vlog, I was working on the next episode tonight, but obviously I wasn't going to keep working on it because I'm here. It'll be up tomorrow night. But I was saying that during the vlog, I lift up my coffee and the arm, like from here down, is just whatever this ligament or whatever you call that tendon. Fuck. It's just he's about 140, but dead weight.
Yeah.
And holy shit. Full respect to firemen who have to lift dead weight and carry it out of a burning fucking building while they themselves are covered with like 150 pound of gear and all that shit. But yeah, he's not himself. He looks horrible. And, to point that out, you know how Facebook has the memories? They showed me a picture I had taken of Mikey 10 years ago. He's a little plump little bastard. Like, Mikey, you eating too good.
Yeah.
And now he's like skin over bones.
Midnight saying, Midnight, were you referring to the levothyroxine? I'm telling you. They say it works for a few, like the doctors that I watched. It puts weight on. There's other options, is basically what they were saying, and this other one is just the way I felt on it right away. I was like, oh, that's a little different.
You got to do what George Costanza did. Try that holistic shit. Maybe it'll turn you purple.
Oh, when he's sitting there in the with the guy and meditating in the room, and they're all, I love that.
With
That
the
is-
triangle. That triangle.
and he says something, and they almost all stop laughing.
At one point, when the guy does the thing with the glasses, like upside down, and puts them on George, it just that guy was great.
Ah, unbelievable.
That's another one of those character actors that was in like everything, but he was great.
And I was watching the other day. There's going to be a shock to people. I'm watching the Swan Song episode of Columbo with Johnny Cash, and John Randolph, who played the original Frank Costanza, was the colonel in there who was the one telling him that Johnny Cash was a expert paratrooper, whatever they call him. Funny as hell. Where else were we? So the Spider-Man movie, you say? Yeah, I haven't watched any movies. I've I went through a time. I go through cycles where I've seen every action movie that's on like Prime and Netflix. I loved the Reacher series, 8 episodes, easy to bang through. If you haven't seen the Reacher show, I highly recommend Reacher.
That's on my list.
Yeah, and the other thing is, so since I've been doing the chord therapy, it's been it's been hard because I'm like trying to go back and trying to teach or think about teaching stuff that I don't think about anymore. And it was cool because John and Krellbar and I today had a good talk about some stuff that I could bring up because we were just talking in general just about music itself. So this Tuesday there is no chord therapy. It is it's going to be every other Tuesday. And while I'm bringing that up, the DL show, this may be bad for some or good for some, will not be on Sunday nights anymore. We are moving the DL show to Mondays at 9 p.m. Monday evenings at 9 p.m. Check your local listings, folks. We will be on at 9 p.m.
Be a great way to start your work week. All right.
So basically, right. Once you do, you go through your miserable, shitty day at work on Monday at 9 p.m. that night, you'll be able to watch the show. Why is that? You might ask yourself, because on Sundays, I like to get out of the house. I like to go do some things. I don't want to have a timer on me saying, "Ooh, I got to get back so I can do this show." Hold on. John Taylor has something to say. I'm getting a message from John. Thank you, John Taylor. Yeah, so it'll be just easier on me, and that's the most important thing. And it's also easier on Joe.
Yeah.
And Krellbaugh liked the idea too. It's now on Mondays.
Starting next week with a very special episode of the DL show.
Right. Phase 1, Doris gets her oats. Yeah. So anyways, I think that'll be a cool thing. Cause again, today, Krellbro, and the list of characters that hang out at this place where we go to, we were enjoying a conversation, and it was like, getting 8 o'clock, it's just getting dark, and we're like, now we gotta go. It's like, I'll close the fucking place. You know what I mean? Thank you, Donnie, for the you do you. And Donnie, Cantankerous D, when are you coming on the show? You should be coming on the show. Donnie plays locally around here. He plays the Rhode Island area. Earlier time is better, says Joe D'Angelo. Yeah, I think so too, Joe. I think it'll be good all around. Mondays, I teach. I usually meet a buddy of mine for an early dinner in Weymouth, and then I'm home. So I'm usually back by 8 o'clock. Yes, exactly. Dick York will be coming in for Krellbar. What else, Joe, is going on with you? It looks like we're in a new area now, designated in that room.
Well, I did a little more those renovations, I call them. You can see them on the vlog I'm going to put up tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I moved around the bed because it was not working where it was. I'm still in the same spot, but it looks a little better because I'm actually using, instead of the Logitech webcam, I'm using my iPhone Pro Max 13, which is
Nice.
like almost like a professional film camera. So
yeah,
and I'm just going through. I had this. Here, let me get it.
that's not true, Donnie.
I had to redo the whole freaking microphone because this weird desk, it curves in the front and it only clamps at the end, but the end is so far away it wasn't reaching me. So I'm like, son of a bitch. So I'm on one of those, the ones that have the weighted bottom.
Yeah,
but even though the weight's like 5 or 10 pounds, if you angle that mic wrong,
right,
it dive bombs on you. But other than that, work's been good.
Yeah. Okay.
I still haven't gotten that fucking. I got something to bitch about. Remember, I told you I'd gotten my new supervisor. I didn't mention this, but he had given me a $20 coupon. He says, any way you want. I said, well, I was about to make a purchase on Guitar Center, getting that electroharmonic fuzz pedal you had mentioned, the one that Billy Corgan uses.
Right.
And I already had from the last purchase $20 waiting at Guitar Center. And they only give you a certain amount of time to use that money. So I had to use it by March 3rd, and my supervisor's gift card came on March 3rd. So I ordered it, got $40 off, almost like half off.
Yeah.
And next thing I'm waiting for the shipping notification, and it goes, your order has been delayed. I have not heard a damn thing.
Oh, boy.
And it's been like 2 weeks where I'm like, okay, I still can't pass up those coupons. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to cancel it. Ship
right.
Whenever you get it, ship it. And that's it.
Yeah.
But I guess, that's that whole thing. A lot of people are panicking now. You can't get tubes. There's no food on the shelves and gas is $200 a gallon, but people worry you can't get tubes. Play acoustic. Yeah. Play acoustic.
Fucking bring a solid state amp out. If you're even gigging. The ones who are out there gigging, look, I've been using the same tubes for years.
Yeah. And I was on a show today. Not on a show. I was watching a show today, live streaming early today. And the guy was saying, all these bands now, they're out there with, they're not bringing the tube amps with them. They're going out there with either a Kemper or something, that's easy to carry around. Has all
because they're traveling on their own.
It'll sound the same. They ain't got to worry about, well, my tube amp sounds like great tonight, and tomorrow night it sounds like it's fucking dead.
Yeah. And that's an issue with tube amps. It's funny because so many channels now on YouTube are I mean, I don't want to rip on anybody in particular, but there's a show where they're talking about the woods, the body shape of a guitar, how it affects the tone. They're talking such horse shit.
I saw one last night I wanted to bring up, but continue, please.
Yeah, it's so nauseating to me, the misinformation and disinformation about these type things. And then it's like, just get out there and fucking play. Just play and shut the fuck up. And don't worry about, does the single cutaway have a richer tone? How about learning to fucking play in tune? Try that first. Let's give that a whirl, shall we? But it's insane, and it's also like, everyone wants to say something about it. It's like with these tubes. If I went to the gig and all of a sudden I couldn't use tubes, I brought my Line 6 amp to many gigs. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if you play good, you can play good through anything, and it sounds decent.
Yeah,
you get away with anything.
And
it's like most of the people that I see complaining aren't even gigging. They just have it for their home practice. Like people say to me, what do I practice? I'm practicing in my bedroom with no amp, and I have 2 amps even in my bedroom. I look around and I see, I'm like, I've wasted so much money. I'm like, yeah, that's a great sounding amp. Maybe I should plug into it once a year. I just never plug in. And EG 530, I believe that is a Korean model, Cheech. And I'm not a big fan of the G series. If I'm mistaken, correct me. But I thought the EG 5:30? Yeah, I'm not sure. Why are you typing in caps? I appreciate it because I'm blind, but
He's yelling over you.
yeah. Dave, so Dave Bendale said you're doing chord theory. Are you still going? I am doing chord theory. I'm not doing it every week, Johnny Kramer. I'm doing it every other week. It's going to be every other Tuesday because I think there's a lot of stuff for you guys to catch up on. And it also gives me time to now really wind down and get to like the nitty gritty of what I'm talking about with chord therapy, which is you can use chords and think of things as chords and play a whole scale from the chords. You know, that's really the whole issue that I'm trying to get at. So it's going to be every other week because otherwise I feel like I'm getting into some real heavy stuff that is beyond a lot. Like when I talk about altered and double diminished, I want you guys to understand it, but you don't have to learn it right now, but just know it exists. But I feel like maybe I'm getting too involved in it. So next lesson, I talk about double diminished a little bit just to how to look at it like from a chord point of view. But for the most part, it's really even just the chords. So I really feel like I'm getting too far ahead. So I want to slow it down and let people absorb it, go back and watch the show. Tuesday, there's a really good show on Pornhub. I'm joking. No, but it just, in general, I just slowed it down. So DL shows every Monday, chord therapy every other Tuesday. Easy enough. And then I release a lesson every Monday morning. Tomorrow morning's lesson is going to be You Are the Sunshine of My Life by Stevie Wonder. It's a fun one to learn. Yeah. And I don't know if everyone saw Emily's channel. Because I played with Emily the last weekend. We did 2 gigs that were live. And then Emily posted a video the other day of her singing Neither One of Us from Gladys Knight. And I believe she has another one coming out this week. I'm not sure, but
yeah, it was great.
Yeah, she wants to start putting out music. And
let me find what's the name of her channel? I'll find the link and post it.
Emily Allison, Fitness and Music. So are you going to be on again tomorrow? No, Cheech. It will Cheech, any way you can drop those caps? I feel like you're screaming at me. I'm like, turn it down. No, it won't be tomorrow. The DL show will start Monday, the 22nd. Or is that 22nd? 21st. Whatever fucking date Monday is next week. Yeah, if tomorrow's the 14th, it's the 21st. I'll get it right. I'm looking on the bottom of my date on my computer. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Kempers and all that stuff, I see people chatting about that. They're great stuff. Everything can be good. Just get out there and play. I don't know who's practicing on tube amps at home. I guess if I had that when I get that amp, the vintage sound, I would play it at home. But even then, what am I looking at? 2 little tubes? Yeah. We should have never stopped making tubes anyways, but that's just the way the world turns, the way the cookie crumbles. Here's
a link to Emily's video. Yeah.
All right. So
and then you go to the video, subscribe to Emily.
Right. Listen to Joe. Emily did this video. So subscribe, like it, comment, listen to it. She'd appreciate it. I have another gig with her in April. I don't have another gig with her till April. So, well, at least on the books right now. I don't even know the date. It's going to be at the cigar place again, but they asked me to do it. And, it just reminded, I have to open up my calendar. I just locked in a gig on the 3rd of June. And I wanted to put that in here.
I'll be right back.
Go ahead.
Because if this is correct, I have a bunch of groceries outside the front door. I didn't even hear the guy.
Oh, excellent. Go ahead.
I'll be right back.
Stone. Boom. Boom. Can I add a time? I can. Excellent. Let's get that to 7. Boom. Let's make that up 10. No, let's make it 11. All right. Let's save it. Perfect. Okay. The audience, what you're playing through the busy? Yeah. Oh, I have a Valvetronics too. Oh, you know what? My Valvetronics is at my drummer's place. I really should pick that up. Valvetronics is a good sounding amp. I used to use it at rehearsals all the time, and I think it's a great value. You can find them used. I like the first version of the Valvetronics. I have the 30 watt. Really good. I dig it. Yeah, I don't know if any of you guys saw the gig last night. Was it last night? Yeah, I had a gig in Plymouth last night. It was a good show. We were having fun. It wasn't busy because the weather went kooky. It was raining all day. And then as soon as the sun went down, it turned into snow. So it was snowing, and it kind of stopped, like I want to say around maybe 10 o'clock. And then it got busier at maybe 10:30. And then it got busier at the bar. And you could see there was people dancing and having fun. It was fun. It sounded good. We were okay with it. There was Jim was beat. He was exhausted because he had done a private party by himself before that. And so that's how that went down. The audience, for the most part, okay, I saw that. Yeah, the Tone Lab is the same thing, Fez, as the Valvetronics. Oh, that was used. That said Valvetronics. Nice show. They're fun to watch. I drop in and out. Oh yeah. Well, I didn't know that you could hear us when we were talking on break, but we were talking about the movie MacGruber, and that is so funny because somebody mentioned an upper decker, and I was like, "Oh, MacGruber," and we started talking about that whole thing. You gotta believe me. I had nothing. It's great. It's a great, great flick. Yeah, Johnny, I was thinking the same thing. It took me a minute to even read what you wrote. Maybe Cheech is on the right page. Yeah, do they even make the 11 racks anymore, Fez? I know they were blowing them out for a while, and Bingham bought one when they were blowing them out. I should have got one. I could have just had it right here. It would have been great, but oh, the Mini Super Beetle has a new tube as well. But what is that? What's with that new tube? And I mean, how long do those things last? I don't really know much about that one, Tony. I remember when it came out and they put the new tube in some pedal. Was it in like a some Korg pedal, maybe? You can get them used. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think they made them. Caught live music at a local pizza joint last night, got home. Oh, nice, Barry. Yeah, no, I remember when the new tube came out a couple of years ago. Yeah, he's a good singer. So we used to maybe not often, but like a year or two ago, there was a couple of songs that I would jump on keyboards and play because I also play piano. Or if somebody asks a song that I know on piano, I jump over there. But yeah, he's a good player. He's a good singer. Hey, Max. But yeah, you know what? It's when you work with singers, it's there's a few like Jim is good to sing with. Emily's good to sing with. There's people that know how to harmonize. Like they don't. When there's a background singer that comes in, they stay on the note. They don't kind of riff away or make it so it's no, it's not new, but she took down like her old fitness stuff. She's going to post new stuff, you know, so it's not new, but she's giving it a new look. Yeah, it's Korg. Yeah, well, yeah, because Korg owns Vox. But yeah, so there's some singers that like, you know, it's good when a singer knows how to, you know, wait for the harmony and be there, and it's he's good for that. Yeah, Jim and I have been playing together for a long time now. It feels like a long time. We talked about it last night because I forgot when I first started playing with Jim. I had just stopped playing in a country band, and so I gave Jim a bunch of country songs to learn. And And then we actually had to do a gig once where we had to play all these country songs. So last night we were talking, and when we were talking, and we were like, we should probably do a set of country songs. So now we're going to talk this week and possibly get together and tighten up the set list, add some new songs, some new 70s classic songs, and then also add the am I gonna text you? No. Oh, my brother was texting me saying Batman was good.
There you go. What'd I tell you? But you're superheroed out.
I am. I'm not going to see it. I'm not sitting in a movie theater for 3 hours.
What kind of movies do you like then besides the action?
Oh, no. Don't get me wrong. If I'm around, like, let's just say it's Wednesday night. If I see that thing's playing at 11 o'clock show and I know I'm going to be like one of 3 people in the theater, I'll go see it. Because I can, if I don't like it, I'll fall asleep. I'll start snoring. I'm not ruining it for everybody. Just the 2 other people that are there.
Right? Do a little Pee Wee Herman.
Oh, no Pee Wee Herman. I can do that at home.
You get stuck.
Right. Yeah. When I went to church once, they said to love my neighbor like I love myself. I said, what am I supposed to do? Jerk him off too?
Right.
It's an old Rodney joke. Anyways. But yeah. That was that. I have no idea what I was talking about. Oh no, but anyway, so I would go to a movie by myself to do that. In fact, I prefer going to the movies by myself.
Me too.
Because if I hate the movie, I can't pass the blame. Or if it was my suggestion and I'm like, you didn't like it, well, fuck off. Oh, or whatever. Or someone drags me to a movie I don't want to see. I'm always like, oh Christ.
You know what the worst thing is when you're watching a movie either at home or in the theater, and you're watching with someone who's more interested in your reactions to the movie. So every 2 seconds they're like this to see your reaction.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
These are the assholes that now do reaction videos on YouTube.
Howdy, folks.
My favorite, by the way, just to say this, did you ever see when like the new Star Wars was coming out and the reaction video of the guy watching the trailer and he's like crying? Oh, it's fantastic. It's so idiotic. It's genius.
People think unboxing videos are stupid, but I have to think reaction video. Why do I care what your fucking reaction is to something?
You know who's been doing a lot of unboxing stuff do you remember Rachel who came on the show?
Yep.
Rachel. Which one was Rachel?
The paranormal on Halloween, the paranormal girl. She does the
horror movies. Yeah.
Yes. She's been doing a lot of unboxings.
I didn't know that. What's her channel?
I think it's on Facebook and Instagram, but she's I'll send it to you.
I'll watch. I like her.
Yeah.
I thought you would, Joe.
She's been posting a lot.
I call them unboxings, Pamela.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's funny because I'm so geared out. So like when someone does an unboxing video, I tell you right now, if somebody unboxed a pedal, I'd be far more interested in these guitar unboxings. There's a guy, remember, EJ's guitars?
Yes.
EJ used to post before he found love and all that stuff. He used to post unboxing videos all the time. And like the first few ones, I was like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. Then I'm like, wait a second. EJ, you've got a problem. You're buying a new guitar every week.
The pandemic hookup.
There you go.
You know what? I just realized I got a package from Amazon. I forgot that I haven't opened. You want me to do it a live?
Oh, we got to do it. We're going to do the live unboxing. Right, absolutely.
Let me just so no one can see my ass. Let me leave the stream for a minute. I'm going to grab it.
I don't want to see a fleshlight.
Exactly. So, Krell, what's happening?
Oh, yeah. Well, we stayed a little over. We talked with Nathan for a little while.
Oh, Nathan's a great guy.
And I networked with him a little bit. And,
Oh, good. Yeah, he's a good guy. Are you going to go down on Tuesday? He's there every Tuesday. That's why I wanted to go Tuesday.
I might. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, super nice guy.
Yeah, you're a son of a bitch, by the way. We listened to Double Vision on the way home.
I told you.
That fucking shaker. Oh my God.
You like? Were you guys like this? When the hell did that go on the record?
Yeah, exactly. And when it comes in, it's one thing that comes in, but there's times when the music changes, it's almost like the guy doesn't know what to do with the shaker.
It doesn't, and it's so. Look, before Joe, we do this. Let me just explain what happened.
Go ahead.
So like there are things that people can tell you about songs that when you hear them, you ruin it for that person. For instance, if you ever listen to Benny and the Jets, if you know the song.
Yes.
Do you ever notice that he says Benny and the Jets and he holds that S out for like 5 seconds every time? And if you don't know it, if you see, Joe, when you go listen to that song now, you're going to hear Benny and the Jets and you'll never unhear it. The other one is in the song Double Vision. The second verse, he comes in, it's like, I never knew more than I really need, whatever this line is. And then there's an egg shaker that comes in one of the speakers, and you're like, what the fuck is this? And you didn't need it for the first verse, and it's for the rest of the song. And then later it goes, it's like, it's annoying as piss. And once you hear it in Double Vision, you'll only listen up to that part. It drives you nuts.
Double shaker.
Okay, I was just catching up on the chats. So Joe got some mail. You got mail, genitalia. All right, so we got an Amazon package.
Yes.
Okay. For those of you who were saying Joe wouldn't show his package on my show.
My package.
Now,
I got a big brown package.
It's up to the chat to take a guess at what it may be before he opens it. Let's have some suggestions.
What? Well, someone said they think it's is it a fuzz pedal, Joe?
No, that's on back order.
He says that's on back order.
The fuzz pedal is ordered from Guitar Center, not Amazon.
That must be a Behringer pedal.
It's very light. It's not.
Yeah, it's very light. Okay.
My guess is,
if you look over my shoulder, there's a hint of what it could be.
I know what it's going to be. It's going to be another tarp, whatever that you call that thing, but another superhero.
No.
It's another stuffed
It's
animal.
a Hulk doll.
Mini stuffed animal.
All right. Should I open it?
Yes, let's open it.
Stuffed Pokemon.
All right. It is
Manscaping.
3 set of DVD. See, that's a DVD cabinet.
Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm wronging you. There we go.
Oh,
Gary Moore live in Montreux.
Yeah. Well, it's a 3-pack. It's a 3-disc set. So you have Gary Moore live at Montreux twice, and then Gary Moore Blues for Jimmy.
Yep. Excellent.
That top one.
Which one of them had him doing You Don't Love Me? You Don't Love Me. His live performance of You Don't Love Me is worth the price of those DVDs.
If it says it, my shitty eyes can't read it in this light.
Yeah, one of those has him with all the old blues guys too on stage.
I'll hold it up. Maybe you guys can read it. There's all the songs.
Let me zoom you again. Hold on.
Wait, let me go back. There we go.
1990.
Is it on the top one?
Yeah, hold on. Hold it stiff for
one
more second. There it is. It's on the top one.
Oh, he's got Albert Collins on the top too. Shit. Yep. What is the song?
I used to have that.
You Don't Love Me. You know how the Allman Brothers had a big hit with it? It's a great. I like his version better than the Allman Brothers.
Oh, Gary Moore's amazing. He was amazing.
Great player. But there's this great thing he does where he's playing. Hold on, let me get me back in here. And he's looking over at like the other guys and he's making this face as he's playing this like ridiculous lick. And it's just, and he's tapping his foot and it's just hilarious looking. I love it.
Fezla says the fourth one is an extra Gary Moore snuff video with escort and hotel.
Kimberly
room.
Bosch says, happy Sunday. Joe, fix it.
Hey, Kim.
Welcome. Thunderberg Newman says Gary Moore's the shit. Or was it Thunderclap Newman? You guys don't know Thunderclap Newman?
Why does that sound familiar?
Call out cause it's something in the air. Remember
Sounds
that song?
familiar.
We got to get together now. It was Thunderclap Newman. Oh, Mikey Newman saw Gary Moore 9 times.
I saw him once.
Because he's
On,
probably
Wild
playing
Frontier.
around. Mikey, aren't you in England? I think he plays around Europe all the time, or did before he passed.
Yeah, I saw him on the Wild Frontier tour with Bob Daisley was playing bass for him at the old living room.
Now, you know what
Unreal.
prompted the purchase of the 3 DVDs? The DVDs have been on my list for a while. I never knew they made them into a box set. You know how you always see that thing on Amazon? Free next day delivery with qualifying purchase of $35. I'm like, oh, sure, what do I have on my list that I can put on this to get over that $35? And, oh, yeah. Oh, now they're in a 3-pack?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Amazon get you to spend money. You got to give props to them. They will get you to drop that dough.
Oh yeah, convenient.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask
All
you-
those CD sets that I got, CD sets like Kansas Complete, ZZ Top Complete, all the way up until like the 80s, and all for great prices. Van Halen's whole catalog before Van Hagar.
What do you got behind you there, Crabble? What's that?
That's
guitar?
a slick guitar, double cutaway with P90s.
Looks like an Aria Pro 2, like the Cardinal series Aria Pro 2s. Remember those?
Yeah, it kind of does. Yeah.
It does look like that. That's funny.
I just put in my areas went to another room. But I have
If you
one.
ever
I
want-
was thinking about doing like how we do AM station. I was thinking about doing it where we dress up as Doug Henning. You guys may have heard this before.
It's magical.
And we do all 70s songs that would be Doug Henning related, like "Oh, oh, oh, it's magic," or "Welcome to the Grand Illusion, come on in," or
He's a
"Life of
magic
Illusion."
man.
Down, 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 down,
Magic
down,
Man.
down.
Heart.
Magic. Oh, so all the songs, but
Yeah.
of course we'd have to have the fake teeth, the big buck teeth, and the mustache, and the onesie. We got to get the Rick Derringer onesie for it. It'd be great. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Henning. It's great. And we play all Henning amplifiers. So you guys, I don't know if you're familiar with Henning amplifiers. Henning amplifiers is an ultra boutique amplifier made by a guy named Steve Henning. These amps are fantastic. If you're a metal guy, you got to look up the Cherry Bomb. The Cherry Bomb is a monster amplifier. It is fantastic. Anyways, I've talked to Steve a few times. I met him at an amp show. We've talked on the phone a few times. I had a couple of questions for him. And every time I accidentally call him Doug in the middle. Like I would say, "Hey, Steve, what's going on?" Then later I'd call him Doug. He's like, "Steve?" I'm like, "Oh." He's like, "I don't know if you're saying it as a joke or you're trying to bust my balls." I'm like, but I do love Doug Henning. You can do magic. Oh yeah, and we were going to do that one last night. We're adding that. Yeah, Russ Ballard. We're adding that to the set. It's easy. I was actually thinking about doing a lesson on it. It's mainly 4 chords except for the bridge, which is a different 4 chords. Other than that, it's an easy, fun song.
That was America's last hit, I believe, early 80s.
So did I hear right? Brady's back in football now?
Yeah, I saw that. I was coming online. He's pulling a Brett Favre. I mean, when a quarterback does that, he can screw up a friggin' football team by saying, "Yeah, I'm retiring." Then they got a plan around him retiring. Then he says,
Yeah, but when
"Ooh,
Brett
that-
Favre came back, they were like, "What the hell's Brett Favre doing here?" I'm playing
Favre,
Miami, you
yeah.
dumbass.
yeah, there's something down there."
That's something exactly. Gary Moore was the host on To Tell the Truth. Wait, was it To Tell the Truth? Yes, he was the host on To Tell the Truth. And Brian, he was also the host on I Got a Secret back when he was smoking cigarettes before he got that emphysema. I prefer when Doug Henning screwed chickens to teacher Barbara. Officer Bob Brady. Any wisdom from Bing? I have to tell you this, Shane. So last night I'm playing a gig. I get to my phone afterwards to shut off the stream, and I see that Bingham and Ryan have been in our group chat, and there's like 50 unread messages from me. These guys were going back and forth on tubes. They were talking about Tone King amplifiers. Just insane. I haven't really talked to them on the tube situation. It's not, you know what? Play acoustics. It's not even a concern of mine. At this point, I don't care.
And I want to tell the audience.
I used to love the Liars Club. That was one of my all-time favorites, Elroy. Someone hold up. What
that
this
slick
is
guitar
here
back
is
there. Oh, I'm sorry.
What's that?
The slick guitar back there. I got that with P90s just in case the producer wants that buzzing sound.
Oh, terrible.
In the mix.
Isn't that unbelievable? Yeah, that's what the producer wants.
Let
Let me tell you this. I don't know if anyone's ever seen a show where someone said that somebody wanted the buzz because that's why you want P90s, the producer did. Any producer I've ever done a gig for, when I'm not producing and someone else is producing, and they call me for a session, never once have they actually ever specified what guitar I bring, let alone what fucking wood a guitar is made out of, or let alone what kind of pickups are in the guitar. Never in my life. I would be shocked. Hey, Dave, can you bring a P90 guitar? I got a real heavy 60 cycle hum going on here. I want to make sure I capture it in my studio. Yeah, let me get right on that for you.
Are you saying you're not a fan of the tone woods?
No.
I
On acoustic guitars.
That as far as the tubes go, I mean, like Russian tubes are going to be a problem. But I mean, like Czechoslovakian tubes aren't in jeopardy right now. Chinese tubes aren't in jeopardy. I mean, Chinese tubes can be junk, but it's like, so I mean, like you're going to be able to get the tubes that are reasonable price, but you know, it's still going to be a little higher because of inflation, but it's not going to be affected as the Russian.
Well, somebody asked me, how do we get tubes? And I said, you got to call Fee Wable.
Yeah. Try this EL34. She's a beauty.
But don't fall in love.
Yeah. We both get the fucking crickets on that.
Don't worry.
Oh, yeah.
Soon we'll be able to trade a gallon of gas for tubes. We can even swap.
Well, it's going to get to a point where bourbon's cheaper than gas, and I'm going to find a way to get my car to run on bourbon.
Now, Dave, I was going to ask you this earlier. This is a new argument that I keep seeing popping up. I think it's even more ridiculous than the tone wood.
Okay.
Swapping out the tubes in an amp for a more expensive tube. How does it make the sound better? Or does it not do a fucking thing?
Well, what it is different tubes have different current carrying capabilities, basically. And it's all about biasing them to the point where you want them.
Hold on one second. Mike C. also Talk to You Later and She's a Beauty both feature Steve Lukather on guitar. Go ahead, Grell. You can finish that.
Yeah. Anyways, what it is for example, I had some Sovtech tubes in the PV Triple X, and I could not get those to run hot to save my life. I had that cranked all that little bias all the way up. I usually get the current to like 35, 38 milliamps. I couldn't get it past like 30, and it just wasn't performing right. The stock tubes, I got JJ's and they ended up being able to bias correctly. I was able to run more current through it. So there is a difference in tubes, the way they're made, their current handling capabilities. But ultimately, when you get it to that point that you want, it doesn't matter. It's all about reliability. And the great thing about new old stock tubes, you get the old tubes. The great things about that is they were designed to last a long time. I mean, military grade and
right. The new old stock of military grade shit is fantastic. The thing about tubes is, and I'm just going to say this: if the amp's running the way it's supposed to be running with the tubes you got in it, changing the tubes isn't going to do a fucking thing. If you like the way it's running. We're talking about its electricity. It's doing it now. Some tubes run better than others. Some operate or last longer, have better longevity. But for the most part, I don't even find amplifiers to be any different. So asking me if tubes make a difference, I don't fucking know. I love the way a 6V6 amp sounds, but at the end of the day, what do I know? I don't know anything. You could have Larry Carlton play on a record with 6V6 tubes, and then on another record, he's playing with 6L6s. It sounds the fucking same. It sounds like Larry. So what the hell do I care? I don't know. Everyone has a preference of what they like. I happen to like 6V6 and 6L6 tubes, but whatever brand is working, if it makes the amp work the way I want to hear it, I'm happy. I look for a certain tone. What's that?
I think solid state has arrived. I'm satisfied enough with solid state right now where I'm.
Yeah, if you're digging it. Yeah, I mean, you know what that also is, though? But a lot of you say solid state has arrived. I think solid state arrived in the 70s. Those Yamaha early 80s amps are fantastic, too. It's just you matured.
Yeah, well, not only that, the problem with the older designs is that I'm not going to get too technical because I'm not an amp expert, but it's like the thing is, the biggest problem with the transistor amps were when you cranked it. I mean, transistors aren't that heat stable for the most part. And when you cranked it, I mean, the characteristics of those transistors would change and it'd be like ice picks. So now they have a workaround on that. And I'm not.
But did you hear that guy, Jorgen, whatever his name is, the Marshall guy, and he compared it to the Yamaha. When he hit the Marshall versus the Yamaha solid state, that Yamaha sounded better.
Those Yamahas are awesome. My friend Gary had one.
And I'm saying those are from the early 80s. So I'm saying they've been arrived. That's a great amp. It's still a great amp. If you can find that amp, it's a great amp. My point is you've matured where you can say, I'm happy with the way I play, and I'm going to play that, and that sound works for me. I mean, Billy Gibbons would go on stage, and there was one tour, I think he was going out, and every night he had a different amp or was running a different thing or trying something out. But he was also had a backup of 11 the whole night, where he's playing through Digidesign or whatever. Yeah, Design 11. So, and no one can tell the fucking difference.
Exactly. It's
I posted a couple of videos on Facebook of me doing the Neil Sean solos, and people are like, "You nailed his tone. What amp are you using?" Because they see the amps behind me. Let me tell you, these things you only get fired up with the LED lights. The amp I'm using is a Fender Mustang. It's a piece of shit I bought used for $125. It plugs in through a USB into my computer, and that's your sound. That sounds just like Neil Sean. Doesn't matter. Hey, thanks, Thunderberg.
Yeah, and again, it gets down to emulating the compression of tubes and the feel, that sponginess. That's what all it comes down to. It comes down to a player, not really the sound coming out. In my opinion, it's like, and I think Katana did a good job with that.
The Katana's a fine. It's a fine amplifier. Like I said, if you put a player that can play through whether it's a Marshall, whether it's a half stack. I mean, actually, a lot of guys struggle to play through half stacks and whatnot. They don't really like the volume and having them in their face. But for the most part, if you can play anything, whatever you like.
Yeah.
When someone says, "Oh, tubes are going to be hard to get and we're never going to find them," my response is, "All right, don't play. I won't play the tube amps anymore. I'll play whatever. I mean, I don't care." I'm at the point now where it's like the only time I'm playing is if I have to if I have to learn a song for a gig or learn a song for my channel. You know?
Mm-hmm. Who knows? Gibson may open their own factory.
Well, you know what it is? The minute someone realizes there's a market for something, they'll start making them to sell. So there may be a shortage for a while. If there even is, after that, it won't be.
Well, someone said that tube factory in China caught fire or something. I don't know if he was joking or not. I said it was because of a faulty tube, but I don't know. Is that true? I mean, like at this time.
Well, let me look in the news.
I remember. Yeah, I think Lukather went to school with Fee Wable. Didn't I think Fee went to Grant High School? All those guys went to Grant over in the Valley. It's a mash.
Did you already talk about the dinner we had today?
Not yet, but Dave, do you favor the electric gigs or the acoustic gigs? I prefer acoustic gigs where I schlep little to zero gear. The less gear I can carry. Now, if somebody had a gig and it paid a lot of money and I can go out and I have to schlep my electric stuff out, well, then I'm more than happy to go out and play and wank. But if it's, for me, just so everybody knows, including you, Cheech, I play for free. All right? My fee is I play for free. When you pay me, you're paying me how much of a pain in the ass it is for me to schlep my gear from my house to wherever the fuck you want me to play. So I had someone tell me once they wanted to hire AM station and they wanted us for 2 hours. So I gave a price. 3 hours. I gave a price. They said, well, what if we only want 2 hours? I said, it's the same price. I'm like, why is it the same price? I'm like, because now I'm schlepping out the same amount of gear. That's my minimum price is for 3 hours. You want me 3 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour? It's the 3 hour price. You want me for 4 hours? Now it's going up. But it is a minimum of what I'm willing to go out to schlep my gear for. The playing I do for free. Oh, Rhett Shull mentioned early solid state.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's a nice enough guy. It's just
Who?
Rhett Shull.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I think I know who he is. I'm not sure. I try not to watch guitar stuff. I know he's a guitar player, but I don't know what he does. I've never seen him play. But, I mean, I have nothing against anybody like these guys on YouTube doing shows. I just don't have any concern for it. I just don't care. Yeah. No, that's Dwight. That's Charlie Sheen. You guys know the Charlie Sheen joke?
What?
Well, they asked Charlie Sheen, what does he pay to bang these girls? He goes, I don't pay them to bang them. I pay them to leave. Yeah, it's like chill. But anyways, that's what I'm saying. So like when I'm watching YouTube, literally, and it gets fewer and fewer. I'm watching I watch the Clark family because that family is very endearing. And I think it's nice to watch a father, teaching his kids these great songs. And they're like, not even, the oldest is probably 11. And they have just such a knowledge of all these brilliant songs. I think that's a great family. So I watch that. I try to be supportive of that. Otherwise, not too much gear stuff. Sometimes I like watching the pedal guys because I love pedals. I'm addicted to pedals. It's fun. I have a closet full of them.
Well, why is that? I don't, because there are YouTube channels that all they have is pedal videos, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why?
Well, see, the thing I like about that pedal show is because they compare them to other pedals, and I'm like, sometimes they compare pedals that I own, both of them, and I'm like, yeah, why do I have two of these? I got a problem.
All right, well that makes sense. That makes sense. But you got a guy. He's coming in with a tube screamer. Next week he's got every one. Oh, you got to get this tube screamer. How many do I fucking need?
Yeah, I out of all the tube, I've owned tube screamers and sold them almost. Never used them, and then when I got the Duelist and the Soloist, that's a fucking tube screamer and a half. And I think that Honeybee Amps makes a phenomenal tube screamer. The clean drive and the and so those are nice drives. But yeah, I mean, how many do you need? Not many. One good one. I love the 808. I think the 808's a great pedal. The Clark family. Yeah, I'll link in a bit. Have I watched Rick Beato? I have watched Rick Beato. I've watched some of his lesson stuff, and I was talking about this with Krellbot today. I think he's good, and he's very schooled. And, he's talking to people who are advanced in jazz. My problem with that is your average player, including guys who like Holdsworth, when he was alive, they don't really have that schooled thing. They look at it differently, and they look at it more the way I try to do in chord therapy, where we look at stuff as chords, and that's the whole scale. And so there's no need to have 7 names for the same scale. This is Locrian because I'm starting on 7. Yeah, it's still the key of C, and you're boring me. So other than that, and then Rick Beato does songs like Why Is This Song Good? I mean, I could make a video too. In fact, we were talking today about like the song Dreams came on by Fleetwood Mac. And I pointed out to Krell and his brother, I said, listen to how strong the drums are in the mix. This is why this song, it drives the song. It's fantastic. And I think most people and most rock and metal from the 70s and early 80s are very weak on the drums. In fact, I've heard people even tell me they don't like Terry Date's production because they think he puts the drums too hot in the mix. And I'm like, bullshit. Because he was a drummer. I'm like, it sounds fucking great. His mixes are awesome. Bad Motorfinger, all the Pantera shit, the Deftones. Anyways, that being said, so I don't really watch a lot of Rick Beato. In fact, I don't watch, I would say none, but occasionally if it comes in my feed more than 100 times. I will say this, Tim Pierce kind of irritated me this week because I haven't watched Tim Pierce videos. He's a phenomenal player, one of my all-time
Not to cut you
favorites.
off, Joe D'Angelo's taking off. See you later, Joe.
Hey, Joe, have a great night, man.
And thanks for last week.
Barnaby
Much
Jones.
appreciated.
Barnaby Jones. Anyways, I love Tim Pierce. Love him. But come on. A Thrill of Your Life was playing with Bob Dylan. Get the fuck out of here. Come on.
The discussion we had today. Oh, my
Oh,
God.
it's unbelievable. Fucking Dylan. Oh, yeah. The Thrill of My Life was playing with this guy that can bang out 3 chords and can't sing and sucks. But everyone worships him because they're all fucking hipster doofuses. Oh, great. Yeah. Let me tell you something. I hate to tell you, Tim Pierce, The Thrill of Your Life should have been playing on all those Rick Springfield records because those are fucking phenomenal. But listening to fucking Dylan is painful. That's arduous. That's the arduous task. Somebody said, Thunderberg said, assuming the desert island had electricity and you could only bring 1 electric, 1 amp, 1 pedal, and 1 acoustic, what do you bring? That's a great question, Thunderberg. And I'd like to start some people in the chat to start writing some of their stuff. You know it, Kramer. You know it. Dylan pisses me off. How the fuck does someone say The Thrill of My Life was playing with Dylan?
Does it have to be something you own or anything you can?
No, it's anything. It's the desert island. It's the desert island.
I like that. Put that.
In which case, I'll cave in and get a 2-amp.
Yeah, put that comment up on the screen.
Hold on, I gotta click over here for a sec.
1 electric, 1 amp, 1 pedal, and 1 acoustic.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I would say maybe like a Sir Superstrat style, a Soldano SLO, and a pedal. Does multi-effects count? Is 1 pedal?
Yeah, that's
so funny.
That's a good idea. That's a good observation, Crow.
What's the acoustic?
What's the acoustic? I'm not experienced enough to know what the best acoustic. Hey,
it doesn't have to be the best. It just has to be something you enjoy.
You have.
I had a
All right.
Takamine I liked. Yeah. I would bring a Takamine.
Takaminis are nice.
As far as guitars, nothing with a fucking Floyd Rose, because I don't want to be stuck in the desert having to change those strings.
I want my acoustic to have a Floyd Rose.
All right, for me, I'm going to say for me, the 1 electric would be my Strat, either the black one or the white one with the Wenge neck or the black Gilmore one. The amp I would choose would be a vintage Sound Amps 20, which is the Princeton style amp. The pedal I would bring would be the Duelist from Kingtone. And the 1 acoustic I would bring would be a Santa Cruz pre-war OM.
You know how I know I'd want the Soldano SLO? I've never played one, but every time I get a multi-effect or a playthrough multi-effect, the Soldano's always my favorite model on a multi-effect.
Yeah, until you go and play one directly, and then you're like, this sounds like every other fucking heavy metal amp. Yeah. You know what? If I'm on a desert island, the last thing I want is, I would have very little gain. I would just be, I could sit with reverb and tremolo and just sit there with the palm trees and playing all those country bends, having a grand old time.
Well, it was Clapton's best tone, so.
What's that?
I want an amp so
The best
loud.
tone was playing through a Soldano.
I need an amp so loud that someone's going to hear it and get me off that fucking island.
You can play the Gilligan's Island incidental music at deafening volumes.
Yeah, loop is a good idea, Mike. Yeah, and the Dylan thing just irritates me because we were sitting around today and I brought it up and there was some guy kind of eavesdropping in the conversation. He was listening by himself. And I included him. I said, hey, listen, what song do you like better? Mr. Tambourine Man or Me and Mrs. Jones? He said Me and Mrs. Jones. I was like,
he
really?
didn't miss the beat.
What a shock. I said, and then Nathan's response to when I said Dylan's the best songwriter, he was like, come on. I mean, it's so ridiculous, Rolling Stone magazine nonsense about who's the greatest songwriter. I'll tell you who it isn't, and I'll guarantee it. It is not Bob Dylan. It is not Bob Dylan. How many do you like country music?
Depends.
Either one of you guys. Do you like country music?
Yeah,
I can appreciate it.
I
like the
love
old
country
school
music. I hate Wagon Wheel. Wagon Wheel's written by Dylan. Everything else isn't. I can't stand the guy. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I can't have it. The commiserating, I can't have it.
Yeah, Fez
we were playing an
Esteban guitar for warmth. I bring an Esteban guitar so I can use a paddle, bow and arrow, wooden knife from neck, and kindling for a fire.
But the question, Fez, is this. Would you get the natural or would you get it in the Master's Choice Black?
Yeah, they got Dylan before McCartney. No.
Yeah. They got McCartney at number 2, I think.
You're going to tell me Stevie Wonder's not as good a writer as Bob Dylan?
They have him at number 10.
Bob Dylan can't even swing from his nuts. When Stevie Wonder wipes his ass, there's better writing than Dylan going on there.
No, I love. They got number 4 is Chuck Berry. I love Chuck Berry, but I don't.
Can you name 4 songs by him? How about 5 songs that are good by Chuck Berry? Can anyone name 5 good songs by Chuck Berry? And don't say My Ding-a-Ling, because I said good songs by Chuck Berry.
I mean, Chuck
No,
Berry's
that's
up
my
there.
go-to every time we mention Chuck Berry. What about My Ding-a-Ling?
No, but what name? Okay, Maybelline? Okay.
Maybelline,
All right, it's a song. Not a great song, but I get it. Okay.
But Chuck Berry's number 4 and Paul Simon's number 8. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, well, Chuck Berry shouldn't even be on a list of songwriters.
You could take any Paul Simon album, whether it's Simon and Garfunkel, I don't even care if it's Bookends, any Simon and Garfunkel album or any solo Paul Simon album, and that album is better than Chuck Berry's career. And I'm sorry. Listen, I understand some people have the thing of like, you don't have it unless you have Chuck Berry. Okay, well, you don't have it unless you have fucking Buddy Holly either. And so everything that came before has to be better? No, it's not that way. I hate to break it to you. Because then Glenn Miller Band is more important than Zeppelin, because Glenn Miller influenced the Beatles or whatever. It's so stupid. Take it for what it is. Is it good or is it not good? Chuck Berry's the 4th greatest songwriter of all time, according to Rolling Stone.
Bruce
Rolling
Springsteen
Stone
is 14.
Springsteen's better than Dylan, and 14 is kind of high for Springsteen. I think that's a high number.
Thinking, yeah.
Tom Waits should be above it. Should be better than
Dylan.
Stevie Wonder is number 10.
Which is absurd.
It's Stevie Wonder number 10, Joni Mitchell number 9, number 8 Paul Simon, 7 is Carole King, Jerry Coffin. Yeah,
no way.
Then 6 is Mick Jagger and Keith Richards. 5 is Smokey Robinson.
Smokey's great.
4 is Chuck Berry.
Ridiculous.
Then we got John Lennon number 3, Paul McCartney number 2, and Dylan number 1.
Let me say this.
No one set the bar higher or had a greater impact than Dylan, according to Rolling Stone.
Oh, yeah. And who's number 5 again?
Number 5 was
Carole King.
Carole King.
No, 5 is Smokey Robinson.
Smokey. Okay, Smokey. That's who I want. Smokey Robinson's throwaway songs, the songs he wrote for other artists that he didn't even do, is better than Chuck Berry's whole career.
Yeah, as far as songwriting, yeah, of course.
First I Look at the Purse.
Let's see who's number 20, just to see if it gets even more ridiculous.
Smokey wrote a lot of great songs.
Number 20 is Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller.
Lieber and Stoller are great. However, they have a set of balls on them for getting their name on I Keep Forgetting by fucking Michael McDonald. A pair of fucking balls. Go on, next.
Number 19 is Ellie Greenwich and Jeff Barry.
Don't know.
What'd they write?
18. Well, they wrote Then He Kissed Me, Leader of the Pack.
Oh, they wrote okay, that's really that's a
River Deep,
brilliant
Mountain
songwriting.
High.
What?
Okay. Then
like
number
River Deep,
18.
Mountain High.
Number 18 is Prince. 17 is Neil Young.
Oh my Christ.
16 is
I
Leonard
wouldn't put
Cohen.
Neil Young that high, but I mean, it's funny how all these songwriters that worship Dylan are actually better songwriters than Dylan was. I like a lot of Neil Young songs.
Oh, we're not respecting Rolling Stone Thunderberg. We're just it's just an
We're
absolute
making fun of the
travesty.
list. Yeah.
Go ahead. What
It's
else
fun.
is on there?
Where was I? 17. 16 is Leonard Cohen.
Oh, for fuck's sake. He's a better songwriter than Tom Waits. Give me a break.
Lamont Dozier and Brian Holland are number 15.
Great songwriters. That's a great songwriting team. Dozier and Lamont. Great.
Then Springsteen above them. Then at 13, Hank Williams.
Bullshit, but okay.
Number 12 is Brian Wilson.
Senior or junior was Hank Williams?
That's
not
not
senior.
senior. That's senior.
Senior.
You're not going to put junior in there.
Bob
Kidding me?
Marley's 11. And then bringing
Well, you
us
never
to
know
number
with
10 is
Rolling
Stevie
Stone.
Wonder. Let's look at the all the way at the top. Number 100. I don't even know. I guess this is what? ABBA, Bjorn Ulvaeus, and Benny Anderson.
Yep.
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 ABBA.
That's ABBA.
Okay. Now let me just
99?
say this.
Great,
Hold on.
great pop writers.
I just want to say this. They're better than Dylan. Next.
They're
I
great
would
pop
agree
writers.
with you. I would agree with
Yeah.
you. I love a lot.
I
I
can
can
name-
name a bunch of ABBA songs that I can listen to over and over. Dylan, a couple.
I can name 30 that I love by them.
Number 99 is Tom T. Hall.
Not good. He's a kind of a storyteller, country singer. Not a fan. He just passed away, I think, this year or last year.
Number 98 is Otis Blackwell.
Don't know him.
Ooh, number 97 is Taylor Swift.
The world is fucked up.
96 is Timbaland and Missy Elliott.
I like Missy's performing, but I mean,
You're going to
no,
die
come on.
at number 95. The Bee
Let's hear
Gees.
it. Barry Gibb should be, by the way, in the top 4 of all time.
Really?
Top
that high?
4. I think so. I do think so. Not only did he write all the hits for himself, he wrote the Andy Gibb hits. He wrote Barbra Streisand Guilty album. He wrote the theme to Grease. The guy at one point was a giant. And all the Bee Gees hits from the 60s and 70s and
90
Sexy Gold Medallions. Go on. What
94 is
else?
Someone named John Prine.
John Prine. Okay, well, Lonesome Lenny loves John Prine.
93 above the
John
Bee Gees
Prine.
is Billy Joel Armstrong from Green Day.
From Green Day.
This is why this magazine, these people should be kicked in the fucking balls till they're shitting their nuts.
We're going
Honestly,
to have a lot of fun with this list. I'm not stopping because Dave's killing me.
Before you continue, we actually went down this list last week, but
Oh,
it's even
fuck.
more
No, we
fun
didn't.
this time. Yeah,
we didn't go this
we-
high.
Oh,
No, we just talked the
I
top
started
10.
off,
All right. Number
Oh
92
no!
is
Today
Paul
we talked
Westerberg.
top 10. We did
Good. What is it?
92 is Paul Westerberg.
the replacements. Not into them.
91 is Eminem.
Keep going.
All right.
This is
90
embarrassing.
is
Eminem, by the way, is a
Babyface.
better songwriter than Barry Gibb.
Yeah, Babyface is number 90.
Oh boy.
Oh boy!
Felice and Baudelaire Bryant is 89.
What they write?
Yeah.
Did it say?
I think Love Hurts. Yeah,
By the
Love
Everly
Hurts.
Brothers, that
Yeah,
Nazareth
they wrote
tune?
that. Yeah, Love Hurts.
That's it.
RL
80
says, where is George Michael? I put George Michael in the top 20, 25 maybe.
88
Really?
is Barry Mann and Cynthia Weil, or Weil. I don't know. They wrote On Broadway, Uptown. We got to get out of the place.
For the Animals.
87 is Chris Christopherson.
He's written.
It's
quite
a
few
combination of garlic and silver.
Blade's a great
I love
movie.
Sting, Robert.
Blade 1 and 2 are great movies. Sam
It's
Cooke
a
is
combi-
86.
What is it? Who was Sam Cooke?
Sam Cooke is 86.
Sam Cooke's fucking phenomenal. He should be in the top 50.
As a writer, or
Yeah. If he
Above
wrote
him
those
at number
songs,
85
If he-
is REM.
that's embarrassing.
Mm.
I'm embarrassed for Rolling Stone magazine.
Right above REM, I mean, ahead of them is Kanye West.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Mike C. Lennon and McCartney are 2 and 3.
Number 83 is Ashford and Simpson.
That's solid.
Right.
Solid as
82
a
is
rock.
Marvin
They were
Gaye.
great, by the way. I love Valerie Simpson. Go ahead. Go on.
82 is Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye's a great writer as well. He should be much, much better in the list.
81
RL,
is
100%.
81 is Bjork.
Oh, yeah, because the Sugar Cubes in her solo career was so great.
But ahead of Bjork is R. Kelly at number 80. Okay. Number
Who'd he pee on to
79.
get that eye?
Right. Where Chuck Berry has the bathroom cam.
Yeah.
R. Kelly's like, what do I need a bathroom for?
79 is Lucinda Williams.
Why does
Okay.
that sound familiar?
She's a country singer.
78 is Curtis Mayfield.
I love Curtis Mayfield. How is Curtis Mayfield not in the top 30?
That I
Yeah.
don't know. Number 77 is Alan Toussaint.
Well, he was good.
I know that name.
He wrote a lot of hits.
Right.
A French guy, a Louisiana guy.
Yeah.
76,
lot of hits.
I'm surprised she's this high up on the list, is Loretta Lynn.
Well, she just bagged her a homer.
That's Lurleen Lumpkin.
I know, but it's all the Loretta Lynn songs. Just for the
75
lyrics.
is Isaac Hayes and David Porter.
Oh, those guys were great. What did they write? They
Talking
wrote
about
something.
Shaft.
Yeah, they wrote some other stuff for other people. They wrote they wrote another hit for somebody else. I can't think of it. Go ahead.
Who wrote Soul Man?
Right ahead of them is Patti Smith.
Patti Smith.
She wrote some good songs. I don't know how prolific.
Patti Smith, her
Patti
biggest
Smith.
hit was Because the Night, which was written by Springsteen.
Yeah.
Other than
73
Because
is
the Night, I
Radiohead.
wouldn't. Okay.
72 is Fats Domino and Dave Bartholomew.
Christ.
I found my thrill.
Okay. Then we have at 72. Oh, no, I mean 71. Walter Becker and Donald Fagen.
At 72.
71.
71.
Yeah.
Interesting. Pathetic.
At least they're on the
70
list.
is someone named Dan Penn.
I don't know. But let's just say that Becker and Fagen are 71 and Dylan's 1. Oh, RL, you typing me here.
69 is James Taylor.
Yeah, Fessler.
But wait,
Fessler.
coming
Soul
in-
Man was
coming
Sam
in
and
at-
Dave, but I don't think they wrote it.
Coming
I
in-
want to know who wrote Soul Man.
Coming in right ahead of James Taylor is Jay-Z.
Oh. Well, when I think of some of the greatest crafted songs, I
Beating
think
out
of
Jay-Z for the number 67 spot is Morrissey and Marr. Hoover would
oh,
know
I
who
love
they
those
are.
guys. Not a bad song amongst them in the whole Smiths catalog.
You like the Smiths?
Love them.
Okay. Number 66 is Kenny Gamble and Leon A. Huff.
Those guys should be in the top 10. Hold on. Before we go further, what
ahead.
number are they? Krell, pull them
Number
up.
66.
Let's pull up their song list for a second because I don't think enough
Oh,
people
okay.
know.
No.
I saw that, RL. So Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff, songwriters, they're number 66 on the list. Let's get some songs that they wrote, Krell.
Let me do a search.
No, no.
Oh,
Yeah, you got the other list up. Let me just say.
Oh my goodness, there's a list. Oh,
let's see.
let me post the list in the chat. Here we go.
Okay, singles produced. Expressway to Your Heart. Only a Strong Survive.
No,
Gonna Make
come
You
on,
Love
bro.
Me.
You name the
Well,
hits.
you could break them down by year. In 1966, they
Me and
did Devil Whip-
Mrs. Jones, Billy Paul. Drowning Sea of Love, we talked about, Joe Simon.
I love that one.
If You Don't Know Me by Now, everyone knows that one. Harold
a
Melvin.
lot of songs these people wrote.
Oh, Backstabbers for the OJs, Love Train for the OJs, The Love I Lost, Harold Melvin Blue Notes. Now That We Found Love, OJs, For the Love of Money, OJs. Bad Luck, Harold Melvin.
Bad Luck. I love that tune.
Yeah. They had a song, Am I Black Enough for You? Billy Paul. When Will I See You Again for 3 Degrees.
Yeah. Also, they wrote TSOP.
Now, some of these I may know, and I don't know by
I
title,
love
but
music. Any
Wake Up
kind of
Everybody.
music. Don't Leave Me
Enjoy
This Way, Thelma Houston.
Yeah.
Me and Mrs. Jones.
Oh, I Love Music.
Lou Rawls, You'll Never Find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking about that.
I believe so, Fez. Another Love. Enjoy Yourself by the Jacksons. Show You the Way to Go. By the way, not only in 1977 did Gamble and Huff write Show You the Way to Go, but Al B. Shore stole it for Night and Day.
Mm-hmm.
Used to Be My Girl. Used to Be My Girl. Great song. Turn Off the Lights by Teddy Pendergrass. These guys were writing what we call baby making music.
All right, number 65, George Harrison.
Wow. Okay.
He's better than Dylan.
You want to know what I think if he's better? Do you think I think he's better than Dylan?
Yeah, of course.
100 times.
Yeah.
100 times better than Dylan.
And that's saying something because you're not a big Harrison fan.
That's right. But he's at least I can recognize. I always say I'm not a big Harrison fan. I don't think he's a great guitar player per se. But I do think, I mean, he was great for what he did, but
well, he's like Sammy Hagar. When he wrote a good song, it was a really good song. But he does have a lot of stinkers.
I think
Crack
number
a Box
64
Palace.
co-wrote one of Dave's favorite songs, Bert Burns.
Who?
Bert Burns.
What did he write?
It says right here, most famously on the he worked very closely with Van Morrison, most famously on the singer's biggest hit, Brown Eyed Girl.
RL says, RL, my brother puts a quote from me, Stillin is the worst traveling Wilbury.
Number 63 is Chrissy Hind.
Wow. That
First album
Pretenders
was
album's phenomenal.
Yes.
62 is Harry Nilsson.
That's bullshit.
I like the Liars stuff, but yeah, it's like it's an
He's not on my
taste
100.
on some of his writing.
61 is a writing team of Doc Pomus and Mort Schumann.
An Irish team.
No, it says
I'm joking.
That's Jewish.
Joking. You kidding me? You 8 more guys than you have Minion. Go ahead.
Okay. Number 60 is Willie Nelson.
I liked Willie.
Yeah.
Willie wrote some great songs. First of all, I'm not just going by his songs. In fact, Willie performed some other people's songs that I think Willie did a terrible job on, but Willie wrote some great tunes. He wrote Crazy, Patsy Cline. He wrote Hello Walls.
Yeah.
I hate his version of Mama Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys because Ed Bruce, who wrote it, is far better. Okay, go on.
Okay. Number 59 is Tom Petty. I'm surprised he's that far up.
Petty wrote some great songs. He's better than Dylan.
Really? Yeah. I'm not going to argue with that.
Yeah,
He's a
another
better
one that
Wilbury.
idolized Dylan.
Wasn't he a Wilbury? He's a much better
He's a Wilbury.
Wilbury.
Automatically,
Yeah.
he's better than Dylan.
Number 58 is George Clinton.
Okay, I like all the Parliament stuff, but they kind of give him credit for a lot of other guys' stuff in that band. But I'm okay with it. Go on.
Coming in at 57 is Joe Strummer and Mick Jones.
Terrible. I like the Clash. I can't stand the Mick Jones stuff anymore.
Coming in at 56 is Madonna.
Before we go to Madonna, let me just, did she even write her own stuff? Let me just say this about.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
About the Mick Jones. I heard a song the other day. It was Big Audio Dynamite. Do you guys remember that band?
Yes.
Yep.
Mick Jones from the Clash. And it was playing, and I was like, this is everything I hate about the Clash all lumped together in one thing. It's Mick Jones. That's when I realized it's Mick Jones I don't like. Madonna, what's that first song she had? Borderline, right? Borderline is the biggest ripoff of Stephanie Mills' I Never Knew Love Like This Before. How the hell did anybody not... When you listen to the intro to Never Knew Love Like This Before, I'm saying, oh, cool, Borderline's on. All right,
that's because Madonna blew someone.
55, if someone kept asking for this person, 55 is Tom Waits.
He should be in the top 20, in my opinion. Fantastic. And I base it on the fact that not only did he have his own career, but Springsteen, who's number 14, also covered a Tom Waits song, Jersey Girl. And Rod Stewart used to cover his songs. All these people covered his songs. It's like he was great. Let's go.
Coming in at 54, right above Tom Waits, is Kurt Cobain.
Now, people are going to say I'm crazy.
Melody.
I think he's a great writer.
Melody.
I think he wrote great songs.
All right.
I think Nirvana was a great...
I love
Nirvana. I don't love them.
I don't love them. They were great.
But he was a great writer.
Okay. 53, coming in right above Kurt Cobain, is Stevie Nicks.
She was a great writer. But I'll say this. If Chrissie Hynde doesn't do better than her, I mean, not Chrissie Hynde, if Kristen McVie isn't higher on this list and better on this list than Stevie Nicks, this list is bullshit.
Well, coming in at 52, right above Stevie Nicks, is the Notorious B.I.G.
Well, they're so similar.
Yeah, well, I want to screw one of them. Guess which one?
He's dead, Krell. That's sick.
I mean, come on.
All right, coming to 51, Willie Dixon.
Well,
they always got to throw in the blues guys. They always got to throw in the blues guys because it's their guilt.
Yeah,
coming in at 50.
Sucks.
We've halfway through. Coming in at 50, Billy Joel.
Billy Joel's top 20.
Yeah,
Top 20. And let me just go back on Willie Dixon for a second. These guys back then, you know, everyone's like, oh, Zeppelin stole. These guys are singing fucking old slave songs that have been passed down. And they're, you know what I mean? It's like they put a different lyric to it. It's like, oh, now we're going to call this one Killing Floor. All right, good for you.
Okay.
Good for you.
That's why Zeppelin thought it was fair game, because they were like, aren't they just stealing old tunes?
All right. Coming in right above Billy Joel at number 49 is, and I think I would say these could be top 22, Don Henley and Glenn Frey. I like these.
Henley's a monster. No matter what you could say about him, he writes great songs. You know what he writes? His songs are so good, they're better than Dylan's.
Oh,
the stuff he doesn't want to record is better than what's on his cutting room floor is better than Dylan's.
Shit. So far, the top 40, you know, should be the top 10. Number 48, Elton John and Bernie Taupin.
Okay, all right.
I'm not a huge Elton.
They probably deserve that spot.
Coming in at number 47, another one my friend Hoover would like, Neil Diamond.
I love him.
Prolific.
Songs of Life. Oh, I love Neil.
Coming in at number 46, Norman Whitfield and Barrett Strong.
Absolutely belong on a list.
What they write?
They're like all the Temptation shits they wrote.
Okay.
Yeah.
My Girl. Ball of Confusion. Great. Yeah,
Ball of Confusion.
Cloud 9. Was Cloud 9 them, or was that Norman?
Let's see. I think they have. I thought I saw it. They did. Well, they did. I heard it through the grapevine.
Which I don't like that song.
You
know what? I like that song when Jeff Lynne did it, called Showdown.
Credence did a pretty
the
good
Jewish
version.
Elvis.
Ball of Confusion.
That's
They
right,
did
Thunderbird.
War. I thought I saw that, but coming in at 45, Robbie Robertson.
I have to tell you, you could take every song that's by the band and throw it out. And Robbie Robertson, to me, made his bones on that 1987 solo album. I fucking love that record. That's a perfect album. The Robbie Robertson opens up with Fallen Angel. Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, well, the Strat that he's holding in this picture is gorgeous.
With the bronzed one.
Yeah, it's like fuck. Is that what I'm thinking? What is that? Bronze? Yeah, I'm trying to.
It's a 57 Strat that's been bronzed.
Fucking gorgeous. Okay, coming in at 44 is Jimmy Webb.
Country,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, he wrote for Linda Ronstadt. Okay, yeah. Coming in at 43. How does he get 43 and not top 20? Johnny Cash.
Interesting. Well, because Johnny Cash is one of those guys where I'd say, no, he's not on that list. I think his best song is Ring of Fire, and his wife wrote it.
Yeah, I was going to say his wife wrote it, and Folsom Blues was a ripoff of Crescent City Blues.
Exactly. And then I'd say, where the fuck is Whispering Bill Anderson? If we're talking about country guys, Whispering Bill Anderson should be in this list.
Maybe
The Man Comes Around is awesome. And now he did write Man Comes Around, right? That album he came out with in 2000.
Well, the ones that he wrote, I Walk the Line, Folsom Prison Blues.
But Folsom Prison Blues is a rip of another song. He just changed the lyrics. It would be like me playing Stairway to Heaven, and I'm like, there's a guy on the street, and you're like, oh, that's a great, thanks. It's fucking Stairway to Heaven. I'm just changing the lyrics.
Yeah, chat. Look up Crescent City Blues.
Wichita lineman was Jimmy Webb. I am a lineman for the county. Yeah, I agree with that. Jackson Brown should be in this list. Let's go. What else we got?
42, Sly Stone.
I like Sly Stone, but I'm thinking of 10 songs that I like. And that includes If You Want Me to Stay.
Okay, number 41 is Max Martin.
No idea who that is.
He did Backstreet Boys, I think Britney Spears.
Enough said about Max Martin. What about Max Power?
Coming in at number 40, John Fogerty.
Gotta have a strong name like Max Power.
Who is it?
John Fogerty. Number
Fogerty was a great writer. Great writer. Yeah, and I got to tell you right now, I'm not a Creedence fan. I'm not a Creedence fan, but Fogerty, even his writing period, whether it's with them, his solo stuff, he's 100 times better than Dylan. Now, if Tim Pierce wants to tell me he played with John Fogerty and that's a thrill of his life, I'd be like, good for you, man. That's awesome. But Dylan, the thrill of your life, go out there and get some
3 weeks ago, the thrill of his life was playing with Meatloaf. How did it change so quickly?
Right.
Number 39, David Bowie.
I could take him or leave him.
Really? Okay.
A lot of great songs, but like Prince, he wrote a lot of dogs. And I always say, it's like, to me, it's like the Diane Warren technique. Let's write 1 million songs and see if the 1,000 stick.
All right.
He wrote a lot of Diamond Dogs.
Number 38, Al Green.
Let's stay together.
He's got about 8 songs that I think were.
Somebody else was asking about number 37, and here we have Jackson Browne.
Jackson Browne, in my, because I hear people say like, oh, well, Dylan's the singer-songwriter. Jackson Browne's 100 times better. Jackson Browne, you could just take the album The Pretender. That album is better than Dylan's career.
I don't know if you're going to like the next one at 36. We got Jerry Garcia and Robert Hunter.
Garcia sucks. You know what I can't stand is when people argue with me like, Garcia's a great guitar player. Who cares when if it's the guy's playing over a toilet flushing? What do I care? That band is terrible. Bob Weir can't sing, backup can't play. It's unlistenable to me. I'm sorry. I just get The Dead is one of those bands where I can't find anything redeeming in it.
Number 35.
And same with Fish.
Okay, number 35, Bono and the Edge.
Well, that's a bullshit thing because they've been writing with Daniel Lanois, Brian Eno, and Steve Lillywhite since 1985. So that's a horseshit thing.
Well, beating them out for the number 34
Says,
spot.
I hope they play trucking.
Beating them out for the number 34 spot is Michael Jackson.
I don't know that Rod Temperton, who wrote Off the Wall, Rock With You, and what else did he write on that album? He wrote Thriller. Rod Temperton from the band Heatwave is the far better writer of Michael Jackson's song than Michael Jackson is. What did Michael Jackson write on that album?
Got to be starting something.
Want to be starting something, and don't stop till you get enough. But the best songs on those records were written by Rod Temperton. So Rod Temperton better be a higher number than him.
Number 33, Merle Haggard.
An Okie from a Skokie. No. And I love Merle, but no. I would say he might not make my top 50 if I had to limit this to just country songwriters. I'm not even kidding. And I love Merle.
I love the commentary. Number 32, Burt Bacharach and Hal David.
Absolutely. Those guys should be in the top 5. Top 5. How many fucking great songs did Burt Bacharach? And it's unfair to lump him with Hal David because he also wrote with Carol Bayer Sager, whatever her name is. And they wrote great songs together. But overall, Bacharach should be in the top 5 of all time. He's phenomenal, and he's written so many songs of our lives.
Mm.
Coming in at number 30, Dolly Parton.
She wrote a couple of good songs, her own songs, and then, of course, Whitney did I'll Always Love You, and now everyone's like, oh, she's such a great writer. Yeah, where were you when she was eating canned food?
Oh, my goodness. She was. You're having a hard candy Christmas. Okay, number 29, Pete Townsend.
2900? Oh, 29? Yeah, no. Oh, it's a great song, Mud Toy. You see this boy.
Hall and Oates.
Oh, actually, the way that the way the numbers, they don't put the number floats. So Pete Townsend is 30. 29 is actually Buddy Holly.
Fessler, they said Merle Haggard was a few spots ago.
Yeah.
Okay, Buddy Holly.
Yeah, Buddy Holly's 29. 28 is Woody Guthrie.
Fuck off. That's my response to Woody Guthrie. Take Dylan and Woody Guthrie and put them in the back of the list. And I'm going to be serious for a minute. Notorious B.I.G. might beat Dylan in my list.
Okay, 27, Ray Davies.
Ray Davies beat all these other guys. Now, first of all, the Kinks were phenomenal.
Yeah.
Great band. But in the 70s, he struggled. He struggled in the 70s. While the Stones were rocking, I mean, they put out some real shit records in the 70s. There were some great songs in the 70s too, don't get me wrong, but they really struggled in the 70s.
Number 26, James Brown.
All right. This is
maybe
to
not
me, that's
that
them
high.
like appeasing them. I mean,
All right, we're hitting.
One song sounds like the next. That's why. How do you get Willie Dixon in a list and be like, oh, he's one of the greatest songwriters? Every fucking song's the same. It's just different lyrics. This one's in A flat though. Oh, I'm sorry.
We've hit the top 25. Starting in with number 25, Randy Newman.
Brother. Now he wrote Leave Your Hat On. And he wrote, which I love the song, The Same Girl, I think is a gorgeous song off the Trouble in Paradise album. Gorgeous song. He's a good songwriter. Is he the 25th best songwriter of all time? No. Is he making my top 100? No.
Right. Number
Not
24.
even short people.
Elvis Costello.
Elvis is good. I like Elvis at number 24. That's a good number for him. He's great.
23.
He could be better than that. He might even be higher up on that list. Like
Where's Nick Lowe?
You're going to have something to say about 23.
Who is it?
Robert Johnson.
Well, he wrote 28 songs. We're still trying to find that 29th song because because the first 28 was so shitty. We want to make sure we find that 20. They're all the fucking same song.
But
Yeah,
he
we
helped
can- we
set a
can't-
course
one
for
full
Bob
five.
Dylan, according to this.
What is it?
He helped set a course for Bob Dylan, according to this.
Yeah, because Robert Johnson's guitar was never in tune, and Dylan was like, "Oh, I'll do that. I can oblige that." You ever see Living Color when they did Calhoun Tubbs? That girl's a lying
Wrote a song
bitch.
about it.
Wrote a song about it. Here goes, woohoo, and the song's 2 seconds long. He just says the line.
With a
That's
slide.
every Robert Johnson song. That's every Robert Johnson song.
Number 22, Van Morrison.
He's not bad. I don't know who wrote the songs on Poetic Champions Composed, but he's had some great records. Crazy Love. Did he write? If he wrote Crazy Love, I'm loving him.
Let's see. Well, of course, they're citing Brown Eyed Girl.
He didn't write that. Van Morrison did not write Brown Eyed Girl.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, earlier in the list,
They said it was co-written by someone else, and now they're not mentioning him over here. I don't see anything about Crazy Love. But coming in at number 21 is Lou Reed.
That's unbelievable.
I only know one song by Lou Reed.
You know, Walk on the
One they
Wild Side.
played
It's
to
the
death.
only song.
That's it.
by
That's the
him
only one
that
I
is
know.
tolerable.
Heroin was another song.
Rock and roll isn't bad, but for the most part, if that guy's music was somehow to vanish from the planet and we've never heard of him, I would be indifferent and would be like, it's probably for the better.
Now we're in the top 20, which I think I mentioned them before. Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller.
Yeah, which are great writers. Great writers.
I'm looking at the songs. They got a lot of nice ones here.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ed Dana says Sweet Jane.
Yeah.
That was a big one.
Then
for
at 19,
Lou Reed.
we're back to the number 19 with Ellie Greenwich and Jeff Barry.
What did they write?
The Crystals, Then He Kissed Me, the Shangri-Las, Leader of the Pack. Near the end of that partnership, they did Ike and Tina Turner's River Deep, Mountain High.
Yeah.
18 was
They
Prince.
don't make my top 100. Prince, no.
Then
The
17.
problem with Prince is Prince wrote some great songs. I was telling Krellbot today, if you want to listen to a great Prince album, Dirty Mind is his best album, in my opinion. The problem with Prince is he's prolific as shit, and a lot of the stuff is garbage. But I've already gone through a lot of the stuff, so if you got an album, I'll tell you what songs to listen to. But for the most part, it's a lot of filler.
Okay, number 17, we're back down to Neil Young. 16
Brother.
was Leonard Cohen.
Yep, garbage.
Then we got back to 15, Eddie Holland, Lamont Dozier, Brian Holland.
Great writers. They wrote a
14
lot
was
of this.
Bruce Springsteen.
Nice. Shouldn't be that high on the list. Well,
13 was Hank Williams Sr.
Todd. They were 20. They were number 71. Becker and Fagan. Go ahead. Go on.
Number 12, Brian Wilson.
The best song, by the way, by the Beach Boys is "Sail On Sailor," not written by Brian Wilson.
Which you played when you were at White Ash.
Yeah, but Brian Wilson had nothing to do with that song.
Number 11, Bob Marley.
Hence why it's good. That's ridiculous.
We're jamming.
Let me ask you a question. What came first? Buffalo Soldier or the Banana Splits theme? I'm not joking. What came first? I think it's the Banana Splits. I think he completely stole that song. Can you look it up, Krell?
Yeah.
You're supposed to be Fred Norris over here.
Is that the one that goes la 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 la? That's the Banana Splits.
Aye.
And he goes, aye. It's the same fucking song.
Oh shit! Okay.
The only thing is, I'm wondering, and there's part of the song when he's doing Buffalo Soldier when he starts going, bingo, fleagle, trooper and snugs.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
1968.
Hoover, they
was
didn't
the
make it.
First, yeah. And I can guarantee you that
68.
Soldier was after
Are you
that.
kidding me? Buffalo Soldier's probably 77.
Shit.
68 is when the Banana Splits theme was written. Now let's get Buffalo Soldier.
Okay. There's some spoof videos of.
Hold it. Not only that, but another big song is "People Get Ready" that he sings. That's a fucking Curtis Mayfield tune.
What came first? Although there are rumors that Marley's song was written early, but wasn't recorded until 1983.
Oh yeah,
He wasn't alive in 1983. What the hell is it? That's what I get for going to Quora. Okay.
Buffalo Soldier is a reggae song written by Bob Marley and Noel King Sporty Williams and recorded by Bob Marley and the Wailers. It did not appear on record until 1983, posthumous release of Confrontation, when it became one of Marley's best-known songs.
When was it recorded, though? That's the whole thing.
Let's see.
How old is Marley? Just give me his date of birth.
Date of birth was, hang on for 1 second. And Bob Marley.
The song's bridge with the lyrics "Whoa Yo Yo"
45.
was rumored to be inspired by the chorus from the Banana Splits, the Tra La La song, in the 1968 theme from their TV show written by Mark Barkman and Richie Adams. There has been no proof of this, and a story by the BBC in 2008 seems to cast doubts on this origin story.
It doesn't. You cast doubts on it. I just have to hear the two songs and go thief. Oh yeah. We don't think we don't think that song inspired it.
You were right. It does say recorded 1978.
Yeah, that's what I say. 77, right? So yeah, I mean, we think Bob Marley kind of borrowed this song. Okay, let's listen to it. Tra la 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 la. Okay, now let's listen to the Bob Marley one. Ay 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 ay. I don't know. It doesn't really sound like it. What?
Well, they're saying tra la la, but he's saying ay ay ay.
That's it. That's
I love when people break shit down like that.
Oh yeah. Oh, so no, it's nothing like it. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's like Vanilla Ice goes. Yeah, but my bass line goes. That
kills me. All right, we're back to the top 10. Number 10, Stevie Wonder.
Great.
And
Then
he
number
is a
9,
wonder.
Joni Mitchell.
Joni was good. Let me think about Joni for a second. I think Joni wrote maybe 15 to 20 songs. She'd make my top 100. She's definitely not in my top 50.
Okay. Number 8, we're back to Paul Simon.
Paul Simon's top 20, if not top 10. He's phenomenal.
Coming in at number 7 is Carole King and Jerry Goffin.
I was saying Boo Earns. Carole King and Jerry Goffin. Give me a fucking break. These were the Brill Building classics. They're better than Paul Simon. On what fucking planet are those songs better than anything Paul Simon wrote?
True.
You make me feel like a natural woman. Give me a fucking break. You've got a friend? Jesus.
Number 6, Mick Jagger and Keith Richards.
I love the Glimmer Twins. Love them. But they definitely are not what I would call great songwriters. But I love the Stones. I'd have them in the top 20. But let me just say this. Where the fuck is Robert Plant and Jimmy Page? If you're going to put Mick and Keith, in there.
Yeah, that's true.
You got Pete Townsend on there, but you ain't got Plant and Page? Shit, you don't even have Jim Morrison on this fucking list.
We're going to talk about who's missing after we get to the bottom of this list.
Yeah,
right,
I've got my own.
5. We're back to the top 5. Smokey Robinson.
Great writer. Definitely top 20.
Number 4, Chuck Berry.
Definitely not in the top 200.
Then we got John Lennon, number 3.
Hey, Chuck, I'd love to get, if Chuck Berry was alive, I'd be like, Chuck, I'd love you to perform a show here in Massachusetts. We want you to play all your hits. And then after those 4 songs, you can take a break. Because nobody at that point gives a shit anymore.
Number 2, we got Paul McCartney. And you know who number 1 is, Bob Dylan.
It's absolutely, yeah. Okay, now, Johnny Kramer, Waters and Gilmore. Where is Roger Waters and David Gilmour?
Jesus Christ.
Where is Plant and Page?
How about the guys in Queen?
Where's Richie Blackmore for all you Deep Purple fans?
Where is Queen?
I just want to say this: Britney Spears, Notorious B.I.G. is better than fucking Richie Blackmore in songwriting.
Well, Britney Spears wasn't on here. I think you mean Taylor Swift at 97.
Taylor Swift, whatever the hell it was. It was somebody vapid. I couldn't remember which name it was. Where's Randy Bachman and Burton Cummings?
Oh yeah, they were all over the place.
Where's Mark Knopfler?
And like I said, the guys in Queen.
Now let me just say people that I would have seen on this list. Bill Anderson, Whispering Bill Anderson, great country writer, wrote a lot of great hits. Steve Wariner would be on it in my case. I would have had Lyle Lovett on this list, and it also would have had, let's see from what rock bands we're missing. First, I mean, it's just so insane to me.
Foreigner?
I would put Ronnie James Dio in there singing about swords, dragons, and rainbows before some of these people.
First of all, Dio's in Rainbow, Black Sabbath, and Dio.
There's no
all
Black
three
Sabbath
bands.
at all. Ozzy, I think Ozzy writes great songs. There's no Ozzy on there.
Where's any of the Sabbath stuff?
Nothing.
Luke Graham and Foreigner, Mick Jones.
Yeah. Mick Jones, yeah. It's like guys in Journey.
How about this? Where is Jim Petterick?
Yeah,
Jim Petterick wrote all the Survivor songs, all the 38, the big 38 special hits. He wrote the Ides of March stuff. Where's Tom Bell? Says modern jazz.
Here's the thing. If they always say the best song is Stairway to Heaven, how do you say that's the best song? But you don't have Plant and Page, right? That's common sense to me.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Instead, let's try to be hipsters and say, oh, but Carole King and Jerry Goffin were so good. Were they? Because when I hear one of their songs, I'm instantly reaching for the dial to turn it.
Yeah. And we mentioned, what about Hall & Oates?
You haul the Oates. I'm not hauling Oates.
Yeah, well, they're not on here.
No, they were great.
Bee Gees at 95, though.
They made the list.
How is Barry Gibb? Let me tell you, where's Neil Sedaka? If you're going to have Carole King in there, you may as well throw in Neil Sedaka.
Can I ask this? Why is it that they'll have like Keith Richards and Mick Jagger, but then they separate McCartney and
I was going to say the same thing.
And Lennon.
Well, because they also had solo careers and wrote on their own.
Yeah, so did Mick Jagger, so did Keith Richards.
But they don't make. They're saying
they need to be consistent. Either put them together or separate them on both or whatever. You know.
Yeah, I agree.
Todd Rundgren wrote a lot of good songs. Top 100 I could see. I like Todd.
Todd Rundgren, you want my opinion? He should be in the top 100 writers. He was fucking great. Where's fucking Steve? Where's Steven Tyler and fucking Joe Perry?
Yep.
You know, where's
Elvis Costello was on the list, and Elvis is the first one to admit that he idolizes Nick Lowe. I know if
Ant Creates. Where's Jeff Lynne? How does Jeff Lynne not get on that list?
Yeah, true. Holy gorilla shit, Batman.
How is Jeff Lynne not on the list, but Bob Dylan's number one? And Roger Hodgson. Where's Roger Hodgson?
Jeff Lynne was a Wilbury too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And
Roger I'm not a big Graham Parsons fan, but I can understand the people who like them.
Grand Theft Parsons.
But Jeff Lynne should be up there. Where's Freddie Mercury?
Yep.
He wrote some gorgeous songs. And where's Brian May?
Yep.
Nowhere near the list.
And Deacon didn't have a ton of songs in it. Spread Your Wings was great. You're My Best Friend. Another one bites the dust.
Yeah. What about Sting? Sting was fucking great.
Yeah.
All the Police songs.
Oh Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
In his solo career.
It's really. Where's Paul Weller? all the stuff
Oh,
for the
yeah.
Jam, all the Style Council, and then him solo. If there's anybody in my chat still from the UK, you guys should be fucking throwing furniture around when I tell you Paul Weller's not on that list. I better hear some.
Hey, listen,
I hear some
Alex,
chairs smashing through windows.
Alex, you may be saying that as a joke, but I think they deserve to be on here with some of these other people.
Definitely in the top 100. I agree.
Wow. Glaring omissions.
There's also, what was the guy's name who wrote the songs for Car Wash?
Oh, you mentioned this before.
Norman.
Fell. Helen.
It's been a long day, Helen. What was his name? Norman. Just look up. He was great. He wrote all the Car Wash stuff.
Norman Whitfield.
He's
Norman
on the
Whitfield.
list. He's on the list. He was already on the list, but
Yeah,
him by himself.
Look at the list of did you say Dozier was on the list too?
Yeah, Lamont.
How about Eddie Kendricks?
No.
No. No, he's not on the list. No, he shouldn't be on the list.
No, he wasn't on the list. Eddie Kendricks from the Temptations wasn't on the list.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Hang on. I'm doing a quick search here. I'm gonna look at
Where is Xander and Nielsen?
Yep. Oh yeah, Christ, Cheap Trick.
Oh no, Dylan's number one. Where's Joe Jackson? Let me just say, guys, what a thrill it was when I worked with Dylan. Denny Dillon.
You were thrilling with Dylan?
When I worked with Denny Dillon. The joke's hilarious, Krellby. You would know it if you knew who Denny Dillon was. It's funny.
Yeah, I know Denny, the fat blonde girl.
Exactly. And if Denny Dillon's watching, I didn't say you were fat. He did.
From that awful season of Saturday Night Live after
1980.
Yeah.
Well, it was better than because should I have used Gail Mathias?
Oh God. Gail Mathias.
Oh yeah, where's Van Halen and
Gilbert
where's the guys from Van Halen?
Yeah.
You know what? The Billy Joel's that low on. I mean, like just doing that bad on the list, and then you got like
Joe Jackson, Modern Jazz mentioned him. Maybe not high, but
hey Lenny, have a great night, man. Rick Ocasek. Talk about those first 4 Cars albums that are great. All right, I gotta eat a bar,
here's
guys,
a different.
I'm gonna mute. You talk.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at a different list. See if we can get a different perspective on this here of what they missed. These are basically all the same.
I'm about to turn into a.
Oh, this list on Digital Dream Door puts Roger Waters, David Gilmour at 34. So
Bob Seger, Ed Dana's got a good point. I didn't even think of that. I think Bob Seger's a great songwriter.
Bob Seger should probably he wouldn't be high up on the list, but there's an argument to be in the
I'd put him
100.
top 50.
Let's see. Otis Redding and Steve Cropper. They did write quite
Arnold
a few songs.
Townsend's on the list, but Roger Daltrey wasn't.
Where's Russ Ballard?
This list, that's right. And this list mentions Freddie Mercury, Brian May at 47. John Fogerty. Yep. Robert Plant, Jimmy Page, John Paul Jones at 51. This list's a little more sensible.
We're going to give you Jerry Goffin and Carole King, but we're going to leave out Russ Ballard.
Jim Morrison, Ray Manzarek, Robbie Krieger. Sting's on this list as well. Geezer Butler and Tony Iommi. This one has Don Henley and Glenn Frey. Hank Ballard. Not.
I like that list you got. That sounds like a more competent list.
Yeah. Peter Gabriel's on this one.
I was going to say
Laura Nyro's on this one. Let's see.
Laura
It has some
Nyro,
stinkers on
Evo,
here.
Judas Priest. I'm looking at the chat here.
Bill Withers, Ronnie Van Zant. This one has Robbie Robertson. Frank Zappa.
I like Zappa.
I love Zappa. It's like, I mean, like, and he's had lots of good songs, but it's like, you know, with that, it's a lot about the music as well.
Joe Walsh. I agree with you, Jamie. I was wondering where Joe Walsh was.
Well, you know something?
Yeah, Joe Walsh,
the argument could be made for Metallica too. Ulrich and Hetfield. I mean, I'm
that argument can't be made. You can make that argument, but it won't be one.
Go fuck yourself.
Dave Mustaine is a way better writer than those guys.
I was about to say that. I think he is.
Well, Metallica is better than Bob Dylan. This one has Steve Tyler and Joe Perry.
Favorite Dave Mustaine line: military intelligence, two words together that make no sense.
Yeah,
I love that.
Hangar 18, man.
I'm gonna leave.
All right.
I hate to say it, so I'm gonna get going because I'm like,
get to late, Josie.
Tomorrow. Mikey's still, so hopefully I hear
this
something
list has Eric Clapton.
All right,
good night, everybody.
All right, we'll see you next week.
I went from 115 to 114. I got a new vlog coming out tomorrow night. Anyone tune in, follow, subscribe, whatever you call it. Yeah, Rush. There's not a single fucking song. I like Triumph too.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Have fun with your porn CDs.
Thank you, Fez.
I know that says Gary Moore on it. I know it's a front.
I'm stuck.
Oh, Hugh. Oh, you want me to get you? Yeah, exactly. Hugh, Matt Johnson, I already said absolutely. By the way, I just want to say something today. I was watching an episode of Columbo called A Friend Indeed, and the killer was a guy named Hugh Caldwell.
Oh, Hugh Caldwell's a killer.
He's a killer.
Dave's a killer. Dave's a killer. Dave's a mess. You know,
Graham Gouldman and Eric Stewart from 10cc, who wrote other people's songs, are great. Tom York, someone already said Radiohead. I think they were on the list.
Better than Dylan. I didn't remember it being.
Everyone's better than Dylan. I'm sorry. I've never gotten into Dylan. He repulses me. The songs repulse me. The music does. Everything about Dylan, it bothers me. I just don't like it. Dylan, Lukather and David Paich. Paich is a great songwriter. How is he not on the top?
How about David Pack?
I love David Pack from Ambrosia. Fantastic. But Paich not only wrote the Toto songs, he wrote Lowdown, the Lido Shuffle for Boz Scaggs, Miss Sun. He wrote for other artists. Like, they give Michael Jackson thing, but Steve Porcaro wrote Human Nature, and I told you Rod Temperton wrote all those other. Temperton wrote 3 songs on Thriller and 3 songs on Off the Wall. He also wrote Always and Forever. He wrote Groove Line and Boogie Nights. It was awesome. Rod Temperton's the man. He wrote Finger on the Trigger by Donna Summer. You like your Marshall Crenshaw, huh? Someday, some way, baby, you'll understand me. Yeah. It's just, this whole started because Tim Pierce on his channel said the thrill of his life was playing with Bob Dylan.
Okay, here's LA Weekly's top 20 singer-songwriters of all time.
All right. LA Weekly, which, by the way, has the best advertisements for strip clubs and prostitution in the back. It's always a good read. We used to go to the Firehouse in Venice, and they'd always sell it's free. The LA Weekly would always be right out front, so you grab one. It's just good stuff to read while you're eating breakfast.
So these are people that not only write the songs, but they sing the songs they write. So
go ahead.
20
Jackson
is
Brown
Gordon
should be number
Lightfoot.
1.
20 is Gordon Lightfoot.
Gordon Lightfoot was good.
19's Dolly Parton.
All right. I don't agree with it. But go ahead.
18 is Elliott Smith.
Yeah, he's an emo guy. Not a fan.
Hank Williams, 17. David Bowie, 16.
Okay.
Johnny Cash, 15.
Oh, boy.
Prince, 14. It's getting
boy.
Stevie Wonder's 13.
Oh, boy.
Then Van Morrison. Willie Nelson at 11.
Oh, yeah. Willie Nelson's better than Stevie Wonder.
God, no.
What
It's
fucking planet?
Gotta take a sharp turn here. Number 10 is Robert Johnson.
Oh, yeah. Because those
Here we
songs,
go.
guys, he had 28 songs. Somebody said they bought a Robert Johnson box set. What would they do? Just give you like, oh, here it is mixed in stereo. It's like, what are they doing?
Number 9 is Tom Waits.
Okay.
Joni Mitchell, number 8.
Mm-hmm. Better than
Lou
Tom
Reed
Waits.
is
No.
7. They have Lou Reed.
Lou Reed's better than Joni Mitchell
Mitchell
and Tom Waits. Fucking idiots.
Then your buddy Leonard Cohen, number 6.
Christ. Anyone that would
Towns-
put Leonard Cohen better than Tom Waits to me doesn't understand.
I know this name, Towns Van Zandt, but I mean, I have no idea.
He's a Texas singer-songwriter. He did Poncho and Lefty.
Okay, that was
Great song by him was "If I Needed You." It was a beautiful song written by Towns Van Zandt.
Springsteen's number 4. Neil Young's number 3.
Oh, for
Paul
fuck's
Simon's
sake.
number 2.
Well, that
And
makes sense.
I'm not even looking at number 1 right now. I do not see number 1. I'm not
Jackson
gonna scroll
Brown.
down to. No, you know damn well they're gonna put Dylan at the top.
I
of
know,
this
but-
list, too. Bob Dylan.
Yeah, bullshit.
Yeah, I
You could-
just want to see the other spins other publications have on this. It's almost like now this is singer-songwriter. I just want songwriters, but it's tough to find. It's like, oh,
How is
Rolling
anyone going to
Stones,
convince me that Dylan's a better singer-songwriter than Jackson Brown?
Yeah, especially when
Dylan doesn't have a
singers-
song as good as The Pretender. Fuck these lists. I swear to God. It's insane.
Yeah,
Joel Dolce. He is. Hugh Caldwell. What's the matter, you? Hey. Shut up in your face.
shut up your face.
What song do you think really molded a generation into a way of thinking? Blowing in the Wind or Joe Dolce's Shut Up in Your Face? I go with Joe Dolce every time. I go with Joe Dolce and the cool, refreshing Lowenbrow.
Yeah, you gotta love these top 100 lists. You really find out how clueless they are, and you wonder why music's such a friggin' mess these days.
Yeah, Rodney Crowell's great, Mud Toy, but if you're going to put in Towns Van Zandt, you got to put in Lyle Lovett. I love Lyle.
I'm typing in, is there best songwriter list without Dylan?
Joe Dolce de Leche.
And the 100 greatest comes up from. Okay, here's one.
I don't think
This is
Dylan
an
has a good
opinion.
song. I don't think Dylan has a song better than Lyle Lovett's Nobody Knows Me.
Other than Bob, this is a chorus, so this is opinion basically. The question is, other than Bob Dylan, what songwriters produced such a formal list of great songs sung significantly better by other people? Oh, okay, this is different. Not what I was looking for.
How about this? Just pull out a list of Dylan tunes. Let's see
Okay.
what songs he wrote. What are they giving this guy all this credit for? You know who should be on the list is Eddie Arnold. Eddie Arnold wrote some great songs.
Okay, well,
And
like
one of my
Rolling
all-time
Stone-
favorite songs, one of my favorite songs of all time is Eddie Arnold and Cindy Walker wrote it, and it's called You Don't Know Me. You give your hand to me, and then you say hello, and I can hardly speak. Oh, David Gates.
Ray
is
Charles.
great, too.
Ray Charles did a good.
He did in 1962 on Modern Sounds of Country and Western.
Okay, Dylan songs. We've got Like a Rolling Stone. How does it feel?
Yeah. not a bad song. I wouldn't put it in
it's
the top
probably one of
songs
my-
of all time, but it could be his best song.
Yeah. Yeah, I could agree with that.
Fez
I
Paul
like-
Williams, I love him.
I like Mr. Tambourine Man when the Birds did it.
No, that's Eddie Albert Thunderberg.
Blowing in the Wind, we mentioned.
Also, Thunderberg, Eddie Albert's on the episode of Columbo called Dead Weight. Go on.
Yeah, Blowing in the Wind, we mentioned.
Blowing in the Wind sucks.
Handle with Care from Traveling Wilburys.
He wrote it?
And yeah. End of the Line, Traveling Wilburys. I'm not sure what. Tangled Up in Blue.
You know what's better than Tangled Up in Blue? I'm
Anything.
tangled up in blue. I only want to be with you. The Hootie and the Blowfish tune. All right, go on. And I hate them. So go on.
Now, these are songs I may have heard before, just don't know the title. Don't Think Twice, It's All Right. I have no idea what that is. Hard Rain's Gonna Fall. Have
Don't
no
think
idea.
twice. It's all right. I think Clapton did a cover of it. Go on.
Just Like a Woman. One More Cup of Coffee.
Just Like a Woman's not terrible.
Lady
Lay, I'm not really a big fan of. Go on.
Masters of War. I'm going to skip over stuff that people won't know. But Hurricane, that's a song that's just basically goes on and on and on. Shelter from the Storm, Ballad of a Thin Man, Knocking on Heaven's Door, which I could do
hate
without.
that song.
Yeah,
Hate that song.
And one of the first times I saw when 1988, when I went to see Aerosmith, Guns N' Roses opened up and they did that, and I didn't like it then either. Desolation Row, Joker Man, I Want You, Murder Most Foul. I don't know these songs.
I think the only song that I think that I
Subterranean
like by
Homesick
him
Blues.
is "The Woman in the Woman in You Brings Out the Man in Me" from Big Lebowski, and I think I only like it because it's in the Big Lebowski.
Is that Just Like a Woman?
No, it's called
The Woman in You.
yeah.
At times they are a change.
Oh boy, that stuff kills me.
Okay, Dylan songs 100 greatest of all time. Here we go. This is the Rolling Stone list. So let's start from number one because
Yeah, you may as well go to the ones we know.
Yeah. So it's going to take me a little bit to scroll down because it's
Now this is Denny Dillon's greatest hits or Bob Dylan?
Denny Dillon.
I'm going to burn this joke to the ground, guys.
The biopic of
Mellencamp. We forgot about Mellencamp.
Roseanne Barr. Her biopic. Denny Dillon played Roseanne Barr. I remember that. Okay, number one, Dylan, Like a Rolling Stone.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah. Number two, Hard Rain's Gonna Fall. I'm not sure.
Edie Brickell had a hit with that in one of the movies. She sang it in a movie. It was at the Doors movie. It's not a terrible song, but it's a nothing song. Let's put it this way: Edie Brickell's first album is better than every song on her first album is better than that song. Go on.
Yeah, and I couldn't stand that album.
There you go.
Friggin' Edie Brickell. Tangled Up, number three.
Yeah, terrible.
Just Like a Woman. 4. All Along the Watchtower. 5. I think Hendrix did a great job with that song, personally. I shall be released. Number 6. It's All Right, Ma, I'm Only Bleeding. 7. I have no idea what that is. Mr. Tambourine Man. 8.
Oh, brother.
Visions
If
of
you're naming
Johanna.
top 10 songs of a guy and you're saying in his top 10 is
I
Mr.
don't
Tambourine Man, there is no way.
Visions of Johanna, I have no idea. Every Grain of Sand, have no idea. It's All Over Now, Baby Blue, 11. Desolation Row, 12. Subterranean Homesick Blues, which I do know, 13.
Yeah, it's
Highway 61 Revisited, 14, which I know. Simple Twist of Fate, I don't know, 15. Positively 4th Street, 16. Don't know that one. Or maybe I do. I don't know that.
Yeah, you know it.
Okay. This Wheels on Fire, 17. Ballad of a Thin Man, 18. Blind Willie McTell, 19. Blowing in the Wind, 20.
Yeah. All right,
Mississippi.
that's enough of this list.
21.
That's enough.
Yeah,
of this.
that's
He
enough.
sucks.
Enough.
Dylan, in the whole list that puts Dylan at number one, is almost reminds me of the Grateful Dead in the fact that I don't know what I like worse, the band or the fans.
Yeah. My friend had an idea for a band. He says, well, call your band Piece of Shit. That way you can call your fans shitheads.
Yeah.
Taking on the Grateful
Maybe that
Dead
joke
thing.
shouldn't be repeated, Grell.
Yeah. It wasn't a joke. I thought it was funny that you mentioned it. That's all.
Hold on, I have something for you, Grell.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
Little Nelson.
Oh, God.
Hey, who's driving this buggy anywho, huh? Let me guess. Don't tell me, huh? Carol Channing.
That's a new one.
Oh.
Yeah, I did finally watch Beverly Hills Ninja a few months back.
It's great.
And, yeah, the restaurant fight scenes are with the fish.
It's hilarious.
It's just so stupid. It's funny.
The best guitarist list, yeah. The thing about the best guitarist list is I don't think like people, it's just a favorite list. Everyone just talks about their favorites because there are so many great players. Technically, like if someone says to me Eric Clapton's the best guitar player that ever lived, you have to sit and say to yourself, boy, does this guy live under a rock? Because there's so many players. Like I watched some kid, Mancuso. What's his first name on YouTube?
I have no idea. Nick,
And
Mancuso?
he was playing giant steps on the guitar and soloing, and I was like, and he plays kind of like a Jeff Beck style, but a lot better. And I'm like, this kid's
Clapton's
fantastic.
Clapton's credit, he probably doesn't think he's the best guitar player.
Well, of course he doesn't. He doesn't have Dunning-Kruger. I mean, he's not saying it. It wasn't like I'm talking to Johnny Ramone. I'm talking about Clapton. I'm just saying it's just when someone says that, it's like, look, I can respect that. Mateo, that's it, Jan. He's phenomenal, Jan. And the thing about him is when he plays, you sit there and it's like, what are you going to say? This kid's not like, you're going to say Clapton could hang with this guy? Not on his fucking best day by his testicles could he hang with this guy. There's no way. But Eric does what he does, and it's fine. Like people could be, you could be your favorite players. So when people do guitar lists, it's always just a popularity contest. To my opinion, if someone's going to say who's the greatest guitar player, I have a hard time thinking who would be better than Alan Holdsworth. I don't think Clapton's that great as a songwriter. I think he doesn't think of himself that much of as a songwriter. He used to get a lot of help from other writers. And, some of my favorite songs by him, like Behind the Mask, those are all written by other people. But I like him as an artist, Mike C. As an artist, I really like Clapton. I love his voice. And I love the songs that he sang and chose. I love everything on From Behind the Sun and August and earlier. Gambali's a smoking player. I still don't think he's on the level of Holdsworth, but he's phenomenal. Phenomenal. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like someone says, oh, Eric Clapton's the greatest player in the world. He could be a favorite, and that's respectable. There's nothing bad about saying Eddie Van Halen is probably one of my favorite guitar players. Do I think he's the best guitar player in the world? I think Holdsworth would eat him for lunch and shit him out. But that doesn't take away from him being my favorite. I just think Holdsworth is technically above everybody else.
Blind Lemon Malmsteen.
Blind Lemon Shitbag. Slow Hand. I don't think they wrote that song, though. My favorite version of that Ruffalo is when who's the guy? Conway Twitty did a recording of it. Herman Lee's terrible.
Herman Reed.
Hey, Thunderberg. Have a great one, man.
Catch you later, Thunderberg.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying if you wanted to have an objective conversation about it, you would then talk about players like, guys who are technically great. All right, Elroy, who's in your top 4? Yeah, Yngwie's a great technician. I don't know that I would put him in my. I mean, if someone says Yngwie's their favorite, I get it. I mean, he's a great player and fun, but I mean, I don't think that Yngwie is the greatest guitar player. Technically, I could name a lot of guys that could just.
We both like Paul Gilbert.
Yeah, I think Gilbert's a better shredder than Yngwie.
And I love Richie Kotzen.
Yeah, I wouldn't put him in that same category, but he's good and really good.
I tell you though, he the styles he can play. I mean, like
he's great
with
I'm not saying he's not great. Don't get me wrong. I mean, we're talking about
stuff.
Song written by Michael Clark and John Bettis. John Bettis. Didn't John Bettis write the Human Nature as well with
Sid McGuinness.
with Steve Picaro? Ruffalo?
The most dangerous band in the world with Sid McGuinness.
Sid replaced Hiram Bullock, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Guthrie's a great technical player. Again, I don't think he's on the level of some of these other guys. I like Schenker. Again, I wouldn't put Schenker. I don't think Schenker's as good as. I don't think Schenker's as good as Uli, but I think, and Uli's one of my favorite players, but I wouldn't say he was one of the best players technically out there. Yeah, Ed Dana, that's what I'm saying. Your favorite doesn't have to be technical. Someone could sit there and say they liked their favorite guitar player could be George Harrison. That's fine. But I'm saying I'm trying to separate the favorites and say, there's a difference. You could have in a dual conversation, you could say my favorite guitar player is A, but who I think is probably the most technically proficient or the best guitar player out there could be, and, use a different maybe methodology of why you'd say they were great.
You ever hear Sean Lane's melodic playing? It's impressive.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's a great player.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Paul Gilbert has fun with it. I mean, like he's got a pop sensibility, and he doesn't just stick to the, strict shred and stuff.
But again, my part about Holdsworth is his brain is so advanced in playing those out of whack sounds that sound brilliant. Cooter's amazing. Hugh Caldwell, are you familiar with the Buena Vista Social Club? I was surprised at the cigar bar that we go to that nobody knows that record. Oh, Gilmore's fantastic. Gilbert's probably one of my favorite. He's my favorite shredder.
And I like how Gilbert just, changes his style up and like, oh, geez, I never learned how to play slide. I'm just going to, this next album, it's like, I'm going to take up slide and learn how to play slide. And
yeah, I don't think it's Denny Diaz. I'm not sure what Denny Diaz played that would stand out. Like what? I don't think.
How about Drew Zing?
He was all right. I mean, those guys were okay players. I mean, there were guys. Wayne Krantz is phenomenal. Al Di Meola, Van Halen. Right, but that's your list of right. Those are your favorites. You can't put Di Meola, Van Halen, and Hendrix in the same ball game with Holdsworth. As a player, Holdsworth eats them for lunch. I understand about liking the other guys better. I'm just saying, but technically, I don't think those guys could even understand what Holdsworth's doing. Yeah, it's fantastic, Hugh. I love it.
I'm surprised. Brian Janot mentioned Denny Diaz, and you didn't make a reference to Denny Dillon again.
No, but Denny Diaz is from Steely Dan and one of the original guitar players in the band. But I'm not sure he was, because they always brought in guest players when he was in the band, like Elliot Randall and. Yeah, I think Gilbert is also The thing I like about Paul Gilbert is he's a musical guy. He likes melody and harmony, and he's into like the nostalgia music that I like. Like he likes, he knows good songs.
He
even
does
though
that
in
clinic
most-
where he does the Spice Girls song, and he puts the solo from Stairway to Heaven in it. Then he ends
Yeah.
off with Sweet Leaf. It's
Yeah, Baxter was a good, Jay Graydon was a good player. But these are, I think out of all those guys, Carlos Rios is phenomenal. I knew Carlos, Jan. Great left-handed guitar player. Great. Fripp's a good player. He's a little out there.
oh yeah, a little.
Well, with his style of music, then
His wife is pretty gifted as far as the chest.
Larry was the standout on Asia. I don't think Larry played anything on Asia. I think he played on the song Josie, but he played rhythm.
He played Royal Scam was his.
Yeah, modern jazz. What songs did Larry play? I know the solos that I know on the Asia album, the big
Let me see.
ones.
I'll look it up.
Josie and
Yeah, he definitely played the guitar part for
Home
Josie.
at Last is definitely Walter Becker. I'm trying to think what other solos are on that record. There's a sax solo on the Asia.
Okay.
Which
On
I
Black
think is
Cow.
way shorter.
On Black Cow, Larry Carlton's guitar.
But there's no solo in that song.
No solo. Okay.
That's a
let's
sax
see.
solo.
Asia is Larry Carlton, Walter Becker, and Denny Diaz on Asia. Deacon Blues is Larry Carlton and Lee Rittenauer. Peg is, of course,
Jay
Steve
Graydon.
Kahn and Jay Graydon doing the solo. Yeah.
Steve Kahn was in the band, yeah.
And Home at Last, Larry Carlton
Becker.
guitar, Walter Becker guitar solo. Yeah. Got the News, Dean Parks.
No solo though.
No solo. Josie was Larry Carlton and Dean Parks.
And Walter
Yeah.
Becker on the solo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So what song did he play a solo on?
Yeah, I don't see any guitar solo on here.
He says Larry had one of the solos on the Asia track. On the song Asia, there's a guitar solo?
It doesn't have a solo guitar on here. It just says Larry Carlton, Walter Becker, and Denny Diaz guitars.
Yeah, let's look it up here. Hold on a second. Including a solo, Mark's last appearance on Steely Dirk of any wait a second here. Despite its Denny Diaz played the solo
Oh, okay.
on Asia. Let me see. Recording.
Yeah, they don't have a credit for a guitar solo on that, though.
If you click on the song,
Yep.
click on the song.
Yeah.
It says Denny Diaz guitar work, including a solo, marked the last appearance on a Steely Dan song record by any other founding member of the group. Vinny Cusano in a pantsuit.
Hillary Clinton pantsuit.
Saxophone solo. Yeah, it says drum solo, saxophone solo. Yeah, I don't think Carlton played any solos on the record, and I also think that the only thing he played on Gaucho was on Third World Man because that was recorded during the Royal Scam. or during Asia, actually. Sorry. Let me see.
No, excuse me.
That's lovely.
Sorry about that. That's
I'm joking. Okay.
I tell you that was a filling meal today. I am still.
You're kidding.
Not
I've
hungry.
eaten when I got home.
I had the protein bar before we left, so
Elliot Easton is a great player.
mm-hmm.
Let me see here. Larry Carlton lead guitar, song 7. Yeah, Third World Man. He's a third world man. Yes, I saw that, Cheech. It was enjoyable for a few minutes, and then it got a little bit annoying with Paul.
It's raining Dan.
It's raining Dan. Hallelujah. Let's see. Anyways, yeah. So just to recap, gents, it's already 12:30.
It was quick for me because I came on late. So
yeah, but next week we are on Monday nights. We're going to start it at 9 Krell on Monday.
Oh, okay. 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock next Monday will be the next DL show. So not the 14th, but on Monday, the 21st. The 22nd, the other show, yeah, Gold Teeth's great. The chord therapy is back on Tuesday, the 22nd, and it's going to go every other week. And yeah,
man.
you're tired. I'm
Oh
tired.
yeah, long day.
It's 12:30, but it feels like 11:30.
Yeah, I know.
Feels
If
like-
anything, I shouldn't be yawning right now.
It feels like
It's
1:30
actually
to me.
11:30.
I didn't sleep much. You know, so I saw this Krell. I don't know if you can see this here. It's a see where my hand is here? That
Yeah.
finger bouncing. That says champagne. That's the champagne ones we smoked. And
Yeah.
then with these other ones, and it's $44 for 10 cigars.
That's not bad at all.
It'd be better though if you could get 10 of the champagnes. They're mixing with these Macanudos Cafe Hyde Park. Let me see the review of these. Ah, nice one. Did I watch the Terry? I've seen that Terry Katz documentary a while ago. What did I say these were called? Macanudos
A cafe.
Hyde Park.
Mm-hmm.
See what it says.
I think that may be one of the ones I'm getting with that 8 cigars and a humidor for $15.
Okay, so they're selling them for $40 for 5. Handmade. See what it says. 90 rated. And it's a 5.5 by 49. All right, I'm gonna do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mild smoke. So,
yeah.
what you want to go halves on it?
Well, no, because I wanted the 5 of the other. Unless you want the 5 Macanudos, that was my whole point. Is I wanted the 5 champagnes, but it's only $44. I'll send you the link. Hold on one second.
Yeah, just send it to my email. Yeah.
What?
Just send it to my email.
All right. What did I say it was though?
Oh, what Macanudo Cafe Hyde Park?
If it shows it, let's see if I found it. Come on! Last time I had to punch in the. All right, here we go. Here's the Perdomos. Oh, for love us.
Can't take Chris D. Final thoughts. Bob Dylan is a douche knuckle. Good night, Donnie.
Well, why is this not backing up when I want it to back up? Back. What's going on with this thing? There we go. All right, let me see if I can find it this way. Hold on.
Yeah, that Cuba kind of hit me today, the acid.
Yeah, I don't like those.
I
I don't like flavors.
I like flavors every now and then.
Hold on, folks. Let me see here. Samplers. 5-pack Fever. Double Down. There we go. Double Down samplers. Now, let me just find this one sec. Boom.
The cigar, Ed Dana.
Boom. I found it. Let me click it. Copy. Gmail. Krill bar. Where the fuck is this thing? Here it is.
Yeah, send the same email you send me a StreamYard
Yeah.
link to.
Yeah, I know. That's when I sent it to you.
Yeah, okay.
You got it. I sent it to you.
Alrighty.
Tim Pierce hinted it was a big payday, though. Oh, yeah. Well, it would have to be.
Well, yeah, he's not going to get a big payday and then rank on Bob Dylan. He's going to say it's the honor of a lifetime. Ka-ching. There we go. Money talks.
Like, I think that's a... it doesn't make sense because each one of these goes for $40 alone. Or they're going to give you both for...
Oh, Hugh, that's right. I guess I should show the slick guitar before we go. Hang on for 1 second.
I'll put you in. I'll put you in the main
Enlarged.
window.
Okay, hang on. Bash myself in the eye with the headphone.
What he's doing.
Do-do-do.
You got it?
See if I can do this without screwing everything up. Okay. And, not a big fan of relic guitars, but it came relic. It's basically car paint they use on these. You see this big dent or whatever they put in here. That doesn't look natural. Yeah, I will say this: the P90s, if you want a P90, the GFS Overwhelmed P90s, these are actually very good sound pickups. Solid brass hardware. And this at the time cost me $179, and that was a few years ago. And what I like is if you look at the slick guitar from distance or whatever, it looks like it says "suck." Oh, let me get this microphone out of the way. Yep. Okay. And when it came, the nut was cut wicked high. And I had to take the nut down, but no baby. And back. It's a rocker. And it wouldn't even be worth selling this one, but I'm going to keep this one, definitely. Nah, it's not a set neck, Johnny. It's definitely a bolt-on. And I'm happy about that. Yeah, Hugh, if you have any P90s, get some. I'm not sure if Guitar Fetish will ship to Scotland, but the Guitar Fetish was. I'm all set for showing this, Dave.
Sorry, hold on a sec.
Yeah.
I just have to do one thing.
Guitar Fetish actually used to be in Westboro, Massachusetts. And when I bought this guitar, I gave him a call. I said, look, instead of shipping it to me, can I save on shipping and just drive up to Westboro, pick it up? And he said, no, not direct. You can't. So I had to pay to have it shipped from Westboro, Mass. Yeah, they have since moved to Florida. They're based in Florida now. And, you know, they do some things well. I will say, expect to have to do a little work on it. I had to do a little work on the nut. I had to take some of the fret sprout off, and I will say that the bridge is a little sunken into the body, and when you change strings, it's a wraparound, and the way it goes into the body, you have to take the bridge out, put the strings in, put the bridge back in. It's not that big of a pain in the ass, but.
All righty. How are we doing on time?
We are at,
we're
2 hours 41 in.
I was joking like I was talking to a producer over here. What do we got on time? Talking to a fucking wall.
I thought you were talking to me.
Yeah.
Who the hell's John Weeson?
Oh, Weezon? Actually, I haven't.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't know what he's doing.
Did she spell that right? Because I did. Yeah, because I didn't recognize the name. That's right. Haven't heard from him.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah, I'm guessing this slick guitar is probably not 179 now. It's probably going to be something like 250 or something. Inflation.
All right.
Yeah, it's true, Ruffalo.
He's been hanging with Mitch Heyman, he said. All right, very good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right.
Hanging with Heyman.
All right, everyone. Well, I want to thank everyone for hanging out. We will be back the 21st. Is that the right date? Let me see. I think it is, but let me just look. The 21st. So the 21st, we're back at 9 p.m. All righty, everybody. So we'll be back at 9 p.m. So no more Sunday nights. And I'll be back next Tuesday, a week from Tuesday as well. Relax.
And happy St. Patrick's Day. This week.
Yeah. For you Irishmen out there. Only one Irishman here, Billy.
I should have stopped off at Market Basket today and got some corned beef.
Didn't you go into Market Basket earlier?
I went in to get my the moldy potatoes exchanged. I wasn't waiting in those lines. Every register was open, and every register had a line extending.
Oh, did you go to the they can ring you up at the other thing as well, though.
Yeah. It's like I went into just exchange.
No, I know the exchange thing. Wherever you exchange it, that you can ring in stuff over there too.
Yeah, and that's what I did. I went to the service desk, but yeah, I wasn't going to wait in the deli line because that was probably wicked.
Right. Patio furniture Monday.
Hugh says Monday's great for Hugh.
Oh, awesome, Hugh.
Yeah.
I'm very glad to hear that. All right, everyone. Well, we are going to call this a night, and we will see you on the Flism Flasm. And it's all right. No worries. All right, everyone. I want everyone to have a great. I didn't even see Robert in there. And a moment, the rest of the story. Very good, Dwight. Thank you very much. All right, everyone. Have a great night. Krell, good seeing you today, and I'll wrap you later. Yep. Check out that email. I guess it's on back order right now, so I sent a thing that said notify me when it's in stock.
Oh, okay.
And everyone, thank you very much and very good.
See you later, John.
Okay, goodbye, Ted.
Goodbye.